information system. You can unmute your mic to speak, or you can also send a message in the chat box. Emmanuel coming from Lekki, joining us from Lekki. That's nice. Also in Lagos too. I need this to be interactive. Someone should be free and just express yourself, because the feedback is very, very important
Yeah,
for
yeah, hello. Can you hear
feedback.
me?
Yes, I can hear you, Ambassador.
Okay, so for me, I got to understand that there's actually bit different between data from information, right? Earlier, if you asked me what data is all about, I'll just tell you it's all about information. But I got to understand that data is just raw file that needs to be processed into information. So for me, I mean that class of yesterday actually did a lot of damage to my ignorance about the fact that there's quite a bit different between data and information. Yeah, that's it for me.
Wow, that's lovely. That's lovely. Okay, very nice one from Ambassador. Any other person before we proceed to our class? You can as well type in the chat box to express how you or what you've learned so far on this course, so we can have an idea of where you are, how to proceed, and just to make sure that we are all following. Okay, I'll start calling by names now since nobody wants to say anything. Okay, Mr. Michael, can you hear me? Let us know what you've been able to learn so far and how you understand information system so far. Okay. Can we hear from you, Emmanuel? Emmanuel Edith, Edith. Sorry if I pronounced the name wrong. All right, since everybody's just trying to hold on to their thoughts, let me express my own thoughts. For me, in this course so far, I've been able to understand that it is not just by getting data, it's by how you accumulate your data and how you sort your data is what is going to determine majority how easy the data will be interpreted. For me, it is just not about collecting data, it's about the organization of data and uh, putting the data in a certain way where when you want to interpret it, it is easy for everyone to understand it. So without wasting more time, I would like everyone to join hands together for our training for today. Forgive me if I don't pronounce this name right. Chao Chin. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Hello, am I still audible? Hello, can anyone hear me? Hello, can anyone hear me? Okay, yes, okay. Very good, very good.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Um, today's class is going to be a very interesting class because we're going to be talking more on data. If I may ask, what do you understand by data? Anyone? Okay. Since no one wants to go ahead, I will proceed. Or is the ambassador trying to say something? All right. So today's class, we're focusing on database management systems, and we're going to be thoroughly engaged by Mr. Jordan. And can you hear me, sir? Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah. Good morning.
Very good. So we're going to be taking us on database management systems today, and I want all of us to have a piece of on the side and your pen so that you can jot down and you can easily recall, and taking notes is very essential. And I can see Emmanuel is replying to my question on data, which is he's saying data is information. That is right to a point. But on today's class, we'll be able to dive in more on that. Kindly give a round of applause for our trainer today, Mr. Jilchun. Round of applause for our trainer today. All right. So you can take over for sir.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Just give me 1 minute. Let me log out from one of my devices.
Hello, sir. I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now? Good morning.
Good morning. I can hear you now.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing good today. Please, I need that energy. I need that energy. I like it when it's an interactive session. So I would be asking questions and I want everyone to answer. If you are in a noisy environment, please find yourself to somewhere safe, then so that we can talk. So how's it been so far? Your journey as an information systems expert. How has it been so far? I'll be calling names, so everyone should be ready to talk. And also, thank you so much, Adedamola. Thank you for that introduction. Actually, my name is Joachim. Is like it's like Akim, so it's Joachim. Yes, so I get people pronounce my name that way, but it's fine. We're good. Please, so how's it been so far, guys? Let me hear you talk. So I'm calling names. Please tell me how's it been so far in your journey as an information analyst. SA, Ivy, Teslim, Amaka, how's it been so far? Let's go.
Good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Good morning, sir. My name is Amaka. So far, my journey on as an information analyst has been full of a lot of gathering a lot of knowledge, and I just realized that I have a lot to learn. Although the classes has been quite informative, but we are still waiting for the practical session because a lot of talk without practicals it's a bit difficult to comprehend all. But so far, so good. It's been fine.
Um,
Hello. Hello, sir. I can't hear you, sir. Hello. Can you? Okay. I think his network just cut him off, so let's wait a bit while he reconnects. You can, hello, Amaka, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
You can just continue.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we
Yes.
can hear now.
Okay, sorry, I had to switch my internet. You know, internet in Nigeria is more problem than we can think about. Yes. Okay, so I was saying thank you to Amaka for that. And this our session is also a practical session. We are going to be doing hands-on. So just get ready and then we are going to go together. Okay, who is speaking? Kelvin, what do you have to say about your journey so far?
Yeah, good morning. Um, so far it's been very eye-opening. This is like my first steps into anything tech related. So I've been learning a lot about how important data is and business processes and the likes. It's overwhelming, yes, it is, but because there's a lot to understand, but there's this excitement because every class there's something new to learn and stuff. So yeah, it's been good, mostly.
Amazing. Thank you so much. That's the far we can take so that we can jump into what we have today. Please, can you help me set up so that I can share my screen? Adedamola, please. I'm not able to share my screen on this device. Please help me.
Okay. Emmanuel, please make him an admin so he can hear us.
Okay, perfect. So as we are getting that up, I want to say thank you everyone for taking time to be in this meeting. So today we are going to talk about database
It's done.
management system. But before we dive into that fully, I want us to just do a refresher of what we have been learning so far. I joined a couple of these sessions. Please, if you can't hear me, just let me know so that I know how to manage my internet. I actually joined some of the sessions and the speakers were super amazing. They were super amazing. And then I said, okay, it's good we go back and reiterate what have been learned. They defined data, they defined information, and a whole lot end to end. And this morning we are going to talk about databases. As an information expert, one thing you are going to be interacting very well is databases. And with the word databases, you know that, okay, databases are where our data lives. You get, they are where our data resides. So we are going to talk about that. And then, okay, I have the ability to share my screen now. Okay, 1 minute, let me quickly share my screen. Okay, please confirm you can see my screen now.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, perfect. So, one thing we are going to look out for this morning is yes, it's a buzzword. It's a buzzword when you say database management system. There's a lot of things happening there. But we are going to break this thing down one bit after the other. What is a database? What is management? What is system? So that we have a holistic understanding of what we are doing today. But before then, I want to set the ground rules for the meeting today. Sorry. Questions are open, right? I am open for questions at every point. If you don't understand, please cut me and ask a question so we carry everybody along. Understand? And two, no question is unreasonable. You might know this concept and somebody wouldn't know it, and the person is asking some kind of question. Please don't feel that the person is wasting your time. Everybody learn at different pace. You understand? So no question is a dummy question. No question is bad. Feel free to ask any question, and we are going to trash everything going forward. As I said, today we are going to be doing a lot of practicals. We're going to do a lot of hands-on. So get ready, pay attention, write down when you need to write, listen where you need to listen. At some point, you might not be understanding everything, but just pay attention. know the principles, know what I'm saying, and I'm going to take you guys down to the foundation. I'm going to lay a solid foundation for everyone this morning so that we are able to go together. Yes, so I cannot see my interface, I can't see the chat, but if you have any question, please cut in and then I will take a pause, then we can talk about it. Now, let's talk about data. You've been hearing about data since you started this class. Definitely, you've been hearing about types of data. You've been hearing about big data. You've been hearing about a whole lot. Data currently is the new crude oil, is the new oil. Like everybody is safeguarding their data. Everybody is holding on to their data because your data is like your IP, your intellectual property. So how are data generated? Who knows how data is generated? Please, I need somebody to tell me. How do you think data can be generated? Because let's talk about it. Data generation, data processing, and data storage. Data storage talks about the database, which is our major topic this morning. But let's just build from point one to point three. So who knows how data can be extracted, how data can be gotten? Anybody? Please feel free, say something. How can we source for data?
Good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Good morning. Yes, please.
I think first through human activities like filling forms or surveys, making purchases, either through online, also social media posts. You can also do it through school or event registrations. As long as you fill out a form, customer support, all
Perfect.
those things, they
Perfect.
see, they get your data.
Amazing. Amazing. Who's this? What's your name?
Zamaka.
Okay, Amaka, thank you so much. Data can be gotten from surveys, you fill forms, you go to your bank app, you register, you go to bank to sign up, they give you forward to fill. All those form you are filling, all this data you are filling, they are means to extract data from you. Those are there, that is the one you actually personally filled. There is some data that you don't even feel, but it can be captured. For instance, you took an Uber from point A to point B. From the moment they pick you up to the moment you drop off, data is gotten. For instance, how many minutes travel time? What's the average speed of the driver? What is this? What is that? All those things, they will capture the data. If you call Uber today and tell Uber to give you the information or the data of your 1 month journey, they will go somewhere and extract the data and give you your travel time, the driver that picked you up, how where the driver passed, and all those things. I mean, these are data that we capture when you take something like an Uber. That is one. Number two, you go to the bank or you use your bank app. Each time you do a transaction, each time you do a withdrawal, each time you do a deposit, data is also generated. Data is also generated. Now, all these things are form at which we generate data. For instance, on this call now, data is also generated. For instance, how many people are on this call? What is the average stay time? How many people left before the time the call ended? All these things are data that is generated, and these data are stored somewhere. Now, the storage of the data is what we are going to be talking about it, which is called a database. A database is like a system that houses all the data that is generated from anywhere. Last week, I joined the call when the speaker was telling you about how data comes in different sizes. He was talking about the bits, the bytes, the megabyte, the gigabyte, the terabyte, the petabyte, the zettabyte. Am I correct? Yeah. He said that, right? So that means data comes in different form and in different sizes. I just spoke about different sizes of data. Now, how does data come? Data can be in form of text. For instance, your name is a textual data. We call it string. Your name is a textual data. Your house address, all those ones are text data. Also, data can come in form of music. The number of music you have on your phone, on your iStore, or in your Play Store, wherever that you which platform you use is also a form of data. So those ones are called maybe MP4 or MP3. Data is stored as music as MP3, then as video as MP4 or what's it called again? MPEG. You get. Then data can also come as any form. It can come as what again? As documents. You get. Data can also be stored as documents. Please confirm you can hear me. Can you hear me? Am I still here?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Sir, I
Okay,
can
please.
hear you
Thank you.
clearly, sir.
All right. So data also, and if I am too slow, please tell me so that I become fast. But if I'm too fast, tell me so that I slow down. All right. So data can also become as what? As documents. For instance, your Microsoft Word, your Excel, your PowerPoint, your PDFs, all those ones are also form of data. You can see how data comes in different forms, in different sizes, and also in different formats. Then how you store this data is now what will determine how you can access the data and how data is being processed. Now, let's jump into, we've talked about databases. Now, next slide. I just want to give you an overview of what a database management system is. I wouldn't be doing a lot of definition. Yes, I won't be doing that. I just want to show you how this works. This is you as a data person, right? This is Amaka. Amaka wants to access information in a database, right? But Amaka cannot go directly to that database to query the database. Amaka has to use a middleman. Amaka has to use an intermediate system to access that database. That is where the work of a database management system comes in. So, as an information expert, Amaka has to query. Okay, business came and said, okay, Amaka, please, we need the data of the number of persons that bought airtime for the last 1 month. The airtime pushes above 10,000. Maybe Amaka is working for MTN. Mind you, MTN, the information of everyone is stored in the database. The transactions, the airtime bought is stored in the database. Business now came and said, okay, Amaka, let's have the number of persons that bought data or that bought airtime above 10,000 for the last 1 month. What will Amaka do? Amaka will pick up a system. Her idea now is to access that database where those transactions are stored. But before Amaka can do that, Amaka needs to use a database management system to query that data. Now, see my words, please. You hear my keywords. I said query. Query means you are accessing a database for information. All right. So Amaka now, which is the user, sends a request, which is the step one, to the database management system. Then the database management system processes that request and say, okay, where is it coming from? Does this person has ability to access this database? If no, it will bounce it. If yes, it will now route Amaka to the database. But before then, Amaka must have been a valid um, um, entity to access that database. So we were going to talk about it when we talked about role-based access management. Role-based access management. Some people doesn't have access to query some databases, while some people always have. So with that, Amaka now sends the request to the database management system. The database management system now queries the database and checks for what Amaka has sent, what Amaka has sent as a query, then sends that request back to the to the DBMS, then to Amaka. Any question on this, please? Any question on this? This is more like an overview. I just want to use pictures to explain all this so that you know where you sit and where the database management sits and where the database sits itself. Any questions so far? Guys, I said it will be an interactive session. Please, any questions so far?
No questions from this end.
But is it clear? Is it clear enough?
It is to me, yes, it's clear.
Okay, one person. How about the next two others? Is it clear to you guys? Please, I need a feedback. I need a feedback.
Yes,
As I
it's
said,
clear to me too.
if you don't understand it,
Yes, it's clear, sir.
I'm
Clear,
here,
it's
I'm
clear.
just wasting my time. Okay, if it's clear, perfect. So now, if somebody asks you what a database management system is used for, with this picture, you can actually answer that question. Are we good? Okay, let me tell you what the learning objective of this session is. At the end of the day, when we finish this session, I want you to do two things for me. Now, write what you knew before this session. And after this session, you are going to tell me what you've learned. You get? Because I always tell my team, right? Anything we cannot measure, we cannot improve. You need to tell me what you know before, and after this session, you're going to tell me what you currently understand now. Yeah, so at the end of this session, should be able to define what data types are. You are able to understand what database management is, and you're going to be able to understand the tools of managing data. With based from the last thing I just said on the last slide, I'm sure you understand what a database management is now, because you would say is an intermediary between the user and the database. If you answer that in a standard exam, I think you're good to go. So, number two, at the end of this session, you are able to have some practical applications of database design and management. We are going to be creating a database from the scratch today. We are going to be accessing the data inside the database. We are going to be imputing data into the database. So, at the end of the day, today, by God's grace, you are going to be a database management expert. Then number three, before this session ends, I have the session today and next week. Before we end the session, we are going to understand also mobile data development and cloud-based management system. So these are the learning objectives of what we are going to be doing today. Right. So database, data types, data management tools for managing data. Now, it is crucial that you understand data fundamentals, which I'm trying to set up now. Where data came from, how it is structured, what are the various structures of data. Data comes in different structures. We have the structured data, data that can fit into, how would I say, fit into databases, and also fit into table and columns, please. That can fit into tables and columns. That's structured data. We have semi-structured data and we have unstructured data. So these are various forms by which data exists. We have structured data, we have unstructured data, and we have semi-structured data. So, for example, if I ask you what is the structured data, for instance, if I ask you what's your name, you tell me my name is Aja. That means I can impute on a database your name is structured. Everything is followed a particular structure. Then there there are also data that is unstructured. For instance, you want to store documents, you want to store packet files, you want to store a lot of things that are unstructured. We have a form that which we structure those ones. I will be saying a lot of buzzwords going forward. So I want you to pay attention. I'm going to be saying a lot of things from packet files to MongoDB to PostgreSDB to Redis to DynamoDB. Don't worry, you'll be fine. You will definitely be fine. Hello, can you still hear me? Hello, can I be heard?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes, you are audible enough, sir.
Perfect. I just need to know because my internet is pretty much acting funny this morning, so I just needed to get that feedback. Yes. So now The types of data you have also determines the tools at which you are able to collect the data, process the data, and store the data. We are going to focus our point on structured data, tools to collect, tools to process, and tools to store. Then I will just highlight a bit of the unstructured data and see how far we can go. By God's grace, God helping us, we are going to be doing a whole lot of hands-on today by His grace. It will be determined by what business asks you to do. For instance,
All right. So I hope is I think his network kicked him out. So please let's give him a moment to join the call. All right. Well, while we're waiting for our trainer to join us, if you have any question, please go ahead to unmute the mic, and also you can chat in the chat box. All right. I think Mr. Joachim is back on the call. Can you hear me, Mr. Joachim?
Yes, please. I'm so sorry about this. My network is wonderful today of all days, but yeah, please confirm you can hear me now.
I hear you.
Hello, please confirm you can hear me.
We
Yes,
can
we can
hear you
hear you.
clearly.
Yes, we can
Yes,
hear
I
you.
can. Yes.
Yes, we can
Okay,
hear you.
so where
We
did
can
I
hear you.
stop? I have been talking. I had to. So where did I stop? Sorry, guys.
You were explaining structure, structured and semi-structured.
Ah, and I've gone like 5 slides. Anyways, it's fine. We are going to get back there. We're going to get back there. Okay. Yes, this should be my last slide, right? This should be my last slide, right? Or this? Which of them? This?
Yes, this.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right. So I was trying to talk about how data is structured, right? And I gave there three major structures of data. We have the structured data. This data highly organized, simple, easy, and I mean you can search and find whatever you are looking for. For instance, data that you have in your Excel spreadsheets, data that are in tables, and and data that are in databases that have clear formatting. No, no big issues about this kind of data. For instance, a database that contains the names and the informations of students in DIS is an example of a structured data. Maximum, it will have your name, your gender, your phone number, your email, everything. Those are simple, straightforward kind of data. They are called structured data. Right. Then we are going to move into what we call semi-structured data. This kind of data, they are not structured and they are not unstructured. They are in the middle. Example of this one, which we all know, I don't know if we know, but it's called JSON. JSON means JavaScript Object Notification, is what developers, if you've done a little bit of development, front end or back end, you find out that the way developers transfer information from one system or one service to the other is through JSON file. It's a simple, straightforward file. Yeah, it is. It is. It can be in dictionaries or in lists. Those ones are technical things, which definitely, by God's grace, we're going to get there. But semi-structured data are partially organized data, like XML or and JSON, that don't find neatly. You cannot find them neatly structured in a table because most of these data are what we call nested loops. They are nested. That means a data that is found inside another data. You cannot put all those kind of data in a straight table. That's an example of a semi-structured data. Then we jump down into structured data. These are data that lacks defined structure. I mean, they don't have a particular way it comes. For instance, as I said earlier, your videos, your social media posts, package files, a lot of kind of files that cannot be processed easily So that means what you store in those databases, the kind of data you have in those databases are not structured data. They are not semi-structured data. They have their own vectorized form by which they store data. I just said the word now, vector databases. A wise person will take that down and go and make research around it and understand vector databases. So these are the three kind of business data that we have. For instance, as a business, we deal a whole lot with structured data. If you are if somebody that works, maybe you do have a business that do transactional kind of business, all your information, all your data would come in tables and spreadsheets like Excel. Gets You will be conversant with Excel. You know how to structure your table on your data on simple, structured, neatly defined tables. Then for us that are deep down into development, we do a lot of semi-structured data working with JSON files and what unstructured data. For instance, we have the vectors, we have package files, we have other kind of files that we use to store inside of a unstructured databases. Any questions so far? Any question before we start to define a whole lot of things? Please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Yes,
Very
sir.
yeah.
Yes,
Perfect. Question so
yes,
far
sir.
before we start defining a whole lot. Okay, now let's do definition now. I really don't like defining, but I mean we are here. Now we are all I want you to do is to understand this thing and understand it once and for all. If you understand it now, what you are learning here is the same standard it is in the US, the same standard you can find it in anywhere you go in the world. So put that effort to understand it and understand it once and for all. I'm going to be defining now the definition of structured data. Structured data is highly organized and formatted data, easily searchable and stored in databases. You can search them in databases. For instance, your simple it might come in as maybe customer information, it can be inventory information, it can be anything. So structured data are highly organized and formatted, easily searchable in databases. Then for semi-structured data, you can define it as partially organized data with some kind of structure. They are not structured, they are not unstructured, but they are just somewhere in the middle. You get? They come in form of tags. Yeah, they come in form of tags. You get? So that's the definition of semi-structured data. Then for unstructured data, hello, is it me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. I think your network hit.
So where did you stop? Where did you stop?
Please reshare your screen, please.
Okay, let me show my screen. Please, please pardon me. This is not how it was meant to be. I was actually mentally ready for this, but my internet is as powerful as the federal government now. Okay.
Hello, sir. Hello, Mr. Joaquin. I think you stop at semi-structured data, but you are trying to explain the semi-structured data.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that feedback. You can see my screen now, right?
Yes, yes.
Please, let's pray to the gods of data to help my data stay stable. All right. Please pray to them. All right. So I am going to go back circle back to what I defined as structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. So I defined structured data as highly organized, formatted data, easily searchable, and in databases. You can search them easily in databases. I defined semi-structured data as data that's partially organized with some structure. They are not structured, they are not unstructured, but they are just somewhere in the middle. Tags often used to separate data elements. So what they use to separate this element is tags. You get tags are like naming conventions. So unstructured data, these are data that lack any specific structure, making it difficult to search and analyze directly. So you cannot analyze this kind of data. Then I started talking about the examples of this kind of data. Example of structured data, you have SQL databases and spreadsheets. Spreadsheets, you know, it's your Excel and the likes. Then SQL databases, it's is like a relational databases where you can put your information in tables and columns. So we are going to be doing hands-on this morning, and then I'll show you how it works. I'm going to show you Postgres. Postgres is a flavor of SQL, but it's a database management system where which we are going to be using to be analyzing or querying data from our databases. So what is the meaning of SQL? Who knows it? Who knows the meaning of SQL? If you know it, I will tell Church Transformation College to give you scholarship. I'll tell Adidamola to give you a scholarship. What is the meaning of SQL? Who knows? Anyone? Can
Structured
you still hear me?
query language. Yes.
Structured. Who is this
Structured
person?
query language.
What's
Augusta.
your name? Augusta.
Augusta, yes. It's
Augusta,
a
thank you so
relational
much.
database.
I love it. Amazing. That means you know this. You know this. So SQL is like a language by which we talk to databases through the DBMS. Again, so it's also called a relational database language. So it's called structured query language. So we use a structured language to talk to structured data inside the structured database. You get. So that is the meaning of SQL. Some people call it SQL. Yes, some people call it SQL. Some people call but it is called structured query language. It's a language that we will use now to start talking to our databases. We'll get there. So you just get yourself ready. Call your friends to join because we're going to be doing practicals very soon. Example of um, semi-structured data, we have your XML, JSON, and your email. I said what a JSON is. Who knows what the meaning of JSON and who knows the meaning of XML? JSON and XML. I said it earlier. Who can remember what I said about JSON? Anybody? Nobody.
JSON. JSON. You said JSON is like the Java.
I can't hear you. Can you speak up?
Java. Can you hear? Can you hear me clearly now?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Can you hear me?
XML is extended
JavaScript.
markup language.
JavaScript object notation.
Objection notation.
Lightweight. Yes.
Amazing.
That's what I said.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. That means you guys are listening. I love that feedback. So, JSON is JavaScript object notation. Then XML is what? Extended what? Markup what language, right?
Markup language, yes.
Thank you so much. Extended markup language. So these are different formats by which we have unstructured data. Then an example of unstructured data, sorry, that one is for semi-structured. An example of structured data, we have our text document, we have our images, videos, social media posts. Those ones are what are unstructured data. I will run fast so that we are able to do other things we need to do. So the storage now, we've talked about, we've defined, we've got the examples. Now let's look at how we store structured data. We store structured data in tables that has rows and columns. That's what in technically we call it relational what database storage. Relational. So we store structured data in tables that contains rows and what columns. Then we store semi-structured data in formats that contain tags. Then we store unstructured data as binary or text file, often in large quantity. Of maybe it can be in large gigabytes, it can be in large terabytes, depending on the amount of data we are storing. Then, what is the ease of access? Data that is stored inside inside tables and columns are easy to query. That means structured data are easily to query. Semi-structured data are moderately complex. Then unstructured data are what's highly complex. Then the scalability. Structured data are moderate, depends on the database system. Semi-structured data are high, designed to handle large volumes of data, while unstructured data are high but requires great and significant resources. Then the usage, the tools, and the performance. Let's just talk about the tools now. What are the tools that we wish we use to speak to an unstructured data? We have relational database management system, which I just said earlier, is called RDBMS. And yes, for semi-structured data, the tools that we use are NoSQL databases. Now, if you take NoSQL, that means at this point, not that you don't use SQL, but SQL is not a way to speak to semi-structured data. You get, then we have XML, we have JSON, PSAS. Then for unstructured data, we have big data platform like Apache, Spark, Hadoop. So these are tools by which you can access or interact with either structured data, semi-structured data, and what big and unstructured data. Any questions so far before we move on? Questions so far? I am waiting, guys. Any question? Okay, in the absence of that, we are going to move on. But I hope you guys understand what I've said so far. Do you guys understand what I've said so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We
sir.
understand.
Yes, sir.
Please, I need that feedback. I need that energy, right? Okay, now let's talk about database management system in practice in our day-to-day life. Let's talk about healthcare. I'll talk about banking. I'll talk about every other sector, but let's start with what we have here: healthcare. All right. You when you go to hospitals, modern hospitals now, you see the doctors. Some of them carrying parts. There is a front desk that has maybe a system. Now, what are they doing with those things? They are trying to make their life easy. They have a repository of a database where they access either patient information or diagnosis information or lab information or the finances, all these things. Everybody has a view of what's happening in the hospital. You get it? So a database management system, which is a software, is a software system that manages, stores, and processes data, ensuring that the data is organized, accessible, and secure. So it's a system, it's a software system that manages, stores, and processes data, making sure that the data is properly organized and also in secured format so that anybody cannot just access some kind of information. And in hospital, as a use case, data security is a big deal. I've worked with hospitals, and you will have some information that some kind of people cannot access because those are private information. Say, for instance, the diagnosis information of patients. You don't want to start seeing what a patient is suffering from. So there are some data that is kept secret, and there's some data that is kept open for just anybody to see. For instance, electronic health records centralization. We have a server in the hospital server that has all the information of what is happening in the hospital, and people have access to it. They also have appointment scheduling optimization. We have automated billing and insurance processing and real-time alerts for critical situations. So this is more like a use case, an example of hospital leveraging a database management system. Then the next one is ride hauling. I mean, like ride sharing application like Uber. So a lot can be done around tracking your location and your route optimization, driver availability, payment processing and automation, data analysis for demand prediction. Let me talk about the last one for demand prediction. Most times you see that there's surge. Yeah, surge means there is high demand for cars. So there are a lot of people demanding for limited cars. That's where you see price goes up. So how does that happen? There's an analysis going behind the scene whereby they want to know, okay, how many people is ordering from a particular location, yet traffic now becomes high in that route. That's where they start increasing what their fare. Okay, I have been able to talk about SQL. We're going to talk about that in full, but I will jump this slide. Let me just get into something. Um, okay, let's talk about types of databases, which I have said earlier, but I will revisit this because I will be showing you a diagram after this. We have types of databases. We have relational databases. I told you any database whereby you can store information in tables and that contain rows and columns. That is a relational database. And there is a way whereby tables of different format interact with each other. We're going to talk about that when we start doing our practical session. So relational database makes it ideal for structured data to be stored and easily accessed. You get an example of a relational database is MySQL. We have PostgreSQL. We have Oracle. All these things are different types of relational databases. All right. Then number two, we have NoSQL, not only SQL. These databases, you can access them via SQL, yes, but it's not only by SQL you can access them. A NoSQL does not use any traditional table structure. They don't use tables as we have in relational database. They store information, they store data in flexible formats like documents. Yes, they store it like documents. They store it like there's this word that we all always use. I forgot it. Maybe when I remember, I would say it. They store information in this structure, and it can be managed largely with large volumes and both structured and both unstructured and or semi-structured data can be stored inside a NoSQL database. An example of a NoSQL database is MongoDB. I don't know if anybody has about heard about MongoDB. They store data in as documents. Yes, and there's another example of a NoSQL is vector DBs. I've said it before. Vectors are more like if you are a science student, you know the way where we define vectors. Vectors are three-dimensional kind of pattern. You get, you get. I don't let's not go there. Arrays. So data is being stored as a as vectors inside a database. That's what we use now. All your AI that you see today, they have a storage, and the kind of storage your AI use are called vector stores, vector databases, all your information is stored as numbers, there we start doing chunking. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. So, do you understand what a no SQL database is? As I said, two examples of a no SQL is what MongoDB. There's a lot. There's vector DBs like Python. There's Redis. There is a whole lot of databases like that. But let's not go there. Let's not dive deeper. Then we have data warehouse. Anywhere you see data warehouse, what comes to my mind is a cloud service. A data warehouse integrates data from various sources and stores in a combined manner. For instance, Amazon Redshift is an example. I hope this is not too big for you. We have Amazon Redshift, we have Dynamo DB. These are example of data warehouses in the cloud. Now, Redshift is owned by Amazon, yet AWS basically, and it is a specialized database optimized for analysis and reporting rather than transactional processing. So that means when you do your daily transactions, you cannot store it in a database like Redshift because that's not what is used for. It is used for storage either long term, which is called cold storage, or you are using the data in that database regularly for analysis and reporting, not for storing or transactional data. Now, a data warehouse is designed to perform complex queries and data analysis quickly and effectively. Yes. Then there's called a data lake. A data lake stores large amount of raw data in their original format until the data are needed. A data lake can handle structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. An example of it is Hadoop and Amazon S3. A data lake is like a dump, right? It's like a dump where you dump both structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. Okay, that a typical example is S3. What does this again? This is on Amazon side, AWS side. There is G GPC GCP on yeah on the other side. Yeah, so Amazon has S3 as a data lake that they store all kind of data. You dump them there until you need them. So they are not there for processing, they are not there for reporting. No, it's like a dump. You dump them there. So when you need them, you just keep picking it, whatever you need from there, and maybe storing in your databases or your data warehouse. A data lake is particularly useful for big data analysis. Yes, for big data. We're going to talk about that. Okay. Can you see my screen? Any questions so far?
You can
I
see
see,
your
sir.
screen. Whoa.
Questions? But so far, have you begot have you had any value so far with what you've done so far? Have you gotten any value? Let me know whether I'm shutting down my system and going home. Is there value with what you've said so far?
Yes, sir. There's a
Yes,
lot
sir.
of value.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Amazing. Perfect. So this is a pictorial view of types of database. There are some I named and there's some I didn't name, but we're going to take all these things one after the other. Then we're going to be seeing an example of them. Number one, we have SQL data. Let me zoom in so that we can see. You can see, right? So let me talk about SQL databases, right? We have defined it to be a database that has structure, a database that contains tables, and these tables has columns and rows. Example of this kind of database is SQL Server, MySQL, Postgres. We are going to be using Postgres. Please, we are going to be in after now. After the call, I will send you guys the step to download Postgres on your devices and then start accessing creating your database, creating your schema, creating your tables, training, then storing your information, retrieving your information, querying your information, and doing some basic analysis on that. We are going to, that will be our hands-on. Then an example of the structured, sorry, the SQL database is also SQLite and MariaDB. So all these things are like examples of SQL database. Then we go to columnar
Hello.
databases. Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah. Is anybody talking?
Yes.
Okay, speak up, speak up. I hardly hear you. You can go ahead, speak. Who's talking? I thought somebody speaking earlier. Who's talking? Okay, nobody. All right. Okay, so we are going to talk about columnar databases now. These are databases like what I just explained. They are more like big databases, big for big data. For example, Amazon Redshift, BigQuery is from Google. That's what I was trying to get earlier. Then we have Apache HBase and we have ClickHouse. These are examples of a columnar databases. Then we have databases that store time series. These are data that is time based. You get, for instance, we have InfluxDB, Timescale, QuestDB, and OpenTSDB. These are examples of time series database. Then we have in-memory databases. These are the ones that come with your phones and everything. You get, they store more like they retain data for you for a short period of time, as the case may be. The popular one here is Redis and Oracle times 10. So they are example. Then we have SAP HANA. They are all example of what in-memory databases. Then we have database that we use for graph that store a lot of graphs. It can be used for GIS and the rest. So we have Neo4j, we have Azure Cosmos DB, we have Amazon Neptune, and we have Janus Graph. Then for document DB, which I also called a NoSQL DB, we have MongoDB. They store data in form of documents. Like we have CoachDB, we have Amazon Document DB, and we have Cloud Firebase. This is owned by Google or so, but Firebase. Then we have CoachDB also. Then next we have vector DBs, yeah, which I said earlier. These are databases that we use to store vectors in forms of arrays. We have Pinecone, we have Quadrant, we have Chroma. These are examples of vector databases. Then we also have object-oriented databases, DB4O, and then ZooDB. All these things are examples of object-oriented DBs. Then we have DBs that we use for people that are into blockchain. We have BigChain, we have Covenant SQL. So these are various formats, various forms of databases, and their examples. So if you are not meant to know everything, but just pick up, just for the knowledge, just know one of everything. Know one of everything. Know SQL database as a norm, because that's what you're going to be using almost every time. Then also you can pick up vector DBs. You can pick up columnar DBs. That's for your big data in the cloud, and you just know at least one flavor of all these things, and I believe you are good to go. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about retrieval techniques. Now, this is how we can we can gather information, how we can talk to our databases, how we can query our databases, how we can get data from anywhere they are sitting. You get. So number one is SQL, which we have said earlier. Is used to query and manipulate data in a relational database. Now, let me show you an example of what I'm saying. I have my database up here. Please confirm you can see my screen. Now we are looking pretty much into
Yes, sir.
practicals now. I believe you guys will. So now this is a Postgres database, yes, and I am accessing it with a PG admin, which is my DBMS. With this now, I can create database, I can create schemas, I can create tables, I can impute information to the table, I can retrieve information out of the table, all this in just few lines of code. Don't worry about all these things. I will show you how to write these things. I will show you how to, I just want to show you that this is the practical side of things. This is my data. Okay, let me just show you. If you look at my left hand side of the screen, you will find out that I have DIS, Diploma in Information Systems, and there are two databases. I created them. I can create more database. You get. So I've created two databases, and those databases are Postgres databases and transactions database. I will show you how to create these things. I will show you how to write the code. I will show you the business side of things. I will show you how to understand business requirements and how to query your database to get what you want. Don't worry. Just trust me. We are going to get all these things done. So, why I came here so that I can show you a practical view of a database management system, right? And it comes in different formats. This is more like a UI. You can interact this with your DB with a user interface. There are some that interact with the DB with command line. And get they write all these command line codes. But we are going to be using UI for people that have not done this before, so it will be easier for them to use. Are we together?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I am here. So SQL is what we are going to be using to query and manipulate our data in our relational database, which is what we are going to be do hands-on. Then no SQL databases handles unstructured and semi-structured data with specific query languages. We have full text search, indexes text data to enable complex search queries. So when you keep searching, you can save some commands as indexes. Okay, that will just help you, assist you when you want to perform complex queries. We have API. API means application programming interface. If you're a developer, I'm definitely sure that you sleep and wake up talking about APIs. Then provides access to web services and applications using HTTP methods. Yeah, you can also share information with an API. That's where I was talking about JSON, JavaScript object notation. Right. Then we have file-based retrieval. Retrieves data stored in files using programming languages. You can use Python, you can use Java, you can also use JavaScript. Web scraping is what we used to do those days, where we would just go and scraping people's websites. Is illegal, yeah. But I mean, we extract data from websites using some tools. If you are conversant with Python, you will know what we call beautiful soup. Beautiful soup is used for web scraping. Okay, then we have data warehousing, aggregates data from multiple sources for complex queries and analysis. Then we have indexing improves data retrieval speed by creating quick lookup structures. Yes, you create quick lookup, like you write once and use always. Then we have in-memory data grid. We have metadata search. Yeah, let me talk about metadata. Every data comes with a data. So metadata is data about data. Does that make sense? Metadata, anywhere you see, oh, they're talking about metadata, just know that it's data that describes another data. That's called metadata. Retrieves data based on descriptive information. Then the last one is data mining, extract patterns and knowledge from data sets. Okay, let's just talk about this before we do practical. We do hands-on practicals. I want to talk about this. So when we come back from our break, we'll jump into practicals. When is our time off for recess? Adedamola, when is the break so that I know how to? When is our break happening? Adedamola, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So
Okay.
Come again.
I'm asking you, when are we meant to go for time off? Like,
Supposed to be 12.
okay, perfect. We still have time. Oh, thank God, we still have time. So we are going to finish all this theoretical thing, right? Then we will now jump on to practicals, where everybody will now see how we will create databases, how we will use SQL to create these databases, and how we are able to manipulate data to give us the right information. And I will also describe the business case for you, because if data exists, but the usefulness of those data is determined by the business need. All right. So we are going to talk about SQL now and what SQL consists. You get SQL consists of the following: a database, which is a collection of related data. It also contains table, a collection of related entries consisting of what? Rows and what? Columns, right? Then it also contains column, a vertical entity in a table that contains all information associated with a particular field. For instance, I have a table that contains your name. The first one is the column name. The second one is the column age. The next one is the column address. The other one is the column this and that and that and that. Religion, state of origin, and rest. That's what a column is. It contains all information associated to a specific field. Then the rows now are the entity in the table that contains a single record. For instance, the information about Emmanuel is a single record. So that can contain Emmanuel's age, Emmanuel's gender, Emmanuel's date of origin, Emmanuel's date of birth, Emmanuel's home address, Emmanuel's email address. All that, right, is a single record for one person called Emmanuel. So that means a role is an horizontal entity that contains a single record. I want you to picture this in your mind and understand it. So I've named four things: databases, tables, columns, and rows. That is the four key things that we have in SQL. Nice. Then we are going to now talk about some basic commands. Some basic commands we have in SQL. Yes, we have basic commands which we are going to be doing hands-on shortly. We have create table, because when you have your database, maybe there's nothing inside your database, you want to start imputing data. For instance, now college calls you to come and help them set up a database of students in this cohort. What will you do? You first still want to create a database, then create a schema, then that schema will contains tables. That contains student information, participant information. Then you now say, okay, how do I insert information into these tables? How do I know who and who is in the table already? How do I update people's information inside the table? How do I delete people's information from the table? So those are the things we are going to be learning. We are going to be doing that practicals, and please, as I said, make yourself available. First one is create table. Makes a new table with specific columns and data types. Yes, data types is also one basic things we are going to talk about in creating table. I will talk about that shortly. There are different kind of data types. We have data type that comes as text, which we call strings. Data type that comes in form of numbers, which we call integers. Then we have data type that comes like date, which we call date time. Then we have data type that comes as text, which we call variable character. Again, all those things are different forms of of data types. We are going to talk about that after now. Then we want to insert. Insert means you want to put a record into the tables you have created. For instance, the class captain, Amaka, oh yeah, go and impute people's name into this table. Now, if your table doesn't have a column for age, will you go and be asking people for their age? No, because there's nowhere in the table that you are going to put in that information of people's age. So you will now see that what you have as your table structure is now what you need to impute. For instance, if you put a data type for people's age, you get, which is a number, and you now want to be typing people's name there, will it store? The database management system will reject it, that the data type that is meant to be in this place is a number.
Hello, sir. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can anyone hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't hear him.
Hello, I can't. Am I audible enough?
Yes, you are audible, not as loud as we want to.
Okay.
Anyway.
I would like to let us know that from 11:30
You
to
can hear
12.
me?
Hello, can you hear me? Yes, from 11:30 to 12 will be our break. So I believe we'll do the practical aspect immediately after the break, so we can
You can
easily
hear me?
do it. Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, 1 minute. I have been logged out from this system. Let me just log in again.
All right. All right.
1 minute. So I had to log in on my device so that I know when I'm disconnected. Let me go back to share my screen. Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Can hear you now, sir.
Yes, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your patience. But so far, so good. Are you getting any value?
We can see your screen now, actually.
Okay. Okay, perfect. I was here before I dropped off. So what did I say last, guys? What did you hear last?
You were talking about creating tables and how to insert into a table what was asked to be inserted. Like if it's a table for numbers, you insert numbers into a table. If it's a table for maybe names, you insert names into the table. So that was
Perfect.
what we were talking about.
Okay, thank you so much. So we are on the insert into table. Yes. So every column of a table has a data type that you need to keep in mind. So when you are imputing data, you are putting the right data into the right column. All right. If not, your DBMS will bounce it back. Then I was now talking about before the call went off how to retrieve people's information from the table. We use what we call a select statement. You can select based on specific needs, or you can select everything from your database. But business wise, when you start working or when you start doing stuff around enterprise data, it is good, is not good to do a select all, because each time you do a select, there is processing fee, and most times it can get into hundreds and thousands of dollars. You don't want to give your company such an invoice at the end of the month, so you have to be careful. But I will tell you all the industry standards at by which you can access and retrieve your data and how to get them available when you need it. Okay, then we go to updating. When somebody's information changes, you want to update the person's data. So you are changing existing data in a table. Then at the end of the day, you want to delete people's information. At the end of the day, you want to delete people's information. You quickly go and use the command delete, which removes data from the table. Okay, these are codes we are going to be using to write our SQL languages. All right, SQL commands. Let me see. SQL commands. All right. So in creating a table, it's just simple query. Simple query. We just type create table with the table name, then the various columns. For instance, this table that was created here has what we call has an ID as a column, all right? Then the data type here is int. I told you anything that talks about numbers, we use int. Int is what's called an integer. Then we have what we call a primary key. A primary key is like a relational key between this table and another table. This primary key would determine what other tables this table can interact with. Okay, so that's why it is called a primary key. So ID is a column, int is a data type. Please take note. Why primary key is more like a gateway to other tables. How you link this table to external tables, we use a primary key. Then the next column here is name. Name normally is a character. They are text, right? So that's why it's called variable character. This varchar you're seeing here, in the full term, it is called variable what character, and it can have a maximum of 50 characters. Am I making sense, guys? I need that feedback. Am I making sense?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, nice. So we have then the next column here is age. You know, age is a number and it cannot be varchar. That's why they gave it what? Int. Int means what? It's an integer, it's a number. Then the last column in this table is called country. Country is a variable character and the max is what? 50. This can change, can be 100, can be 200, but this is what? 50. Then If you run this code, you are going to be creating a customers table that has all these things as what? As the various columns. Then after you create those tables, you want to start inserting information into those tables, right? Then you start writing your insert command. You see, insert into. Where do you want to insert? Customers. So what do you want to insert into customers? The customer ID, the customer name, the age, and the country. If you look, all these things are what we've defined earlier when we were creating the table. Now, what do you want to insert into all these columns? Values. One. One is the ID. Okay, so you see its number because it's int. We have John Doe. John Doe is the customer's name. You see it is placed in parentheses. You get because it's what? A variable character, is a string. Then the age is 30, is a number because it's an int. Then the country is what? USA is a string because is a variable character. Based on standard, it is not good to do come from maybe AWS or some or wherever your database is residing, it will not be funny. Right. So this is how to retrieve people information. Then we also now
Sorry,
then we
sir.
say,
Can you go back on retrieving information? Your line was breaking and I didn't get anything.
okay, back to retrieving information. I was saying to retrieve all the information inside the column, to retrieve all information inside the column, inside the table, sorry. All information inside the column, you are going to use select X from customers. Select is the keyword. All these things that you see highlighted green, they are called keywords. These are words you must use. You cannot use it in another context. You must use it in this context. To select X means select all. Where do you want to select all from? From where? Customers. Are we clear now, Amaka?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So then, if we want to retrieve some specific columns, if we don't want to retrieve everything about the person, we just want to retrieve some specific columns. Now you now start listing the columns you need. For instance, we have select name, select country from customers. So when you run this query, it will go and bring the person's name, it will go and bring the person's country. It will abandon the person's ID and the age because you didn't ask for it. So you are retrieving specific columns. All right. Then the next thing is, okay, how do I filter? I want to retrieve people's information of a specific, maybe age or specific gender or specific country. For instance, filtering is select all from customers where. So the where clause here is used to what? To filter. We are filtering by country, where the country is equals to what? The US. Does it make sense? Am I still here?
You are. You are.
Does it make sense so far? Does it, I mean, are you getting value?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Very well, sir.
Perfect. Thank you. So, filtering, we use where to do filters. Filters, we can filter by country, we can filter by age, maybe where age is greater than 30 or less than 25. So filters, to do filters, we are going to be using a where clause. So I have introduced you to an insert clause, value clause, They are all keywords. Select keywords where, and we are going to go deeper as the time comes. Then, how do we perform query using logical operators? For instance, I want to do some mathematical things, or less than, greater than, or equal to. That's called logical operators. So I want to say select X from customers where country is equals to US and age is greater than 25. So and the word and here is a logical operator, and based on our knowledge of mathematics, apart from and we have or, we have no, we have NAND. That's not and. So those things are logical operators by which we use to do. Now, if people that did sciences, when you did physics, you did gates, the OR gates, the AND gates, you get, yeah. So you see, all those things now are back to your face again. But don't worry, you'll be fine. Then, so how do you update somebody's information? You now run the code, select update customers, set age to be 31, where ID is this. Who can explain what is happening here? Let me call name. John, are you here? John, what is happening in this updating data? Can you just explain to me? John, are you here? Okay, John is not here. Are you here? Teslim, are you here? Teslim, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Okay, can you explain what is happening in that updating session? That's update customers. What's happening there?
Like you said, that update is a keyword that is talking about to update the customers. So the set is talking specifically. The set is talking specifically on the age of 31, where ID is equals to, is referring to. I don't get the last one.
Okay, perfect. You did amazing well. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You did well. So what you just said is update is a keyword. We want to update an information in the customers table, right? We want to change the person's age. There's an
But
age
I
there,
need to
but
talk, I
maybe
don't go through a lot.
please,
Of
can you
course, I
mute?
don't go through a lot.
Can you guys mute?
Yes, I will with you, sir.
Okay. So update the customers table. You get anything you see on age, right? Set it to 31, right? Where ID, now this ID now speaks to that customer's record. You get ID is equals to 1. Go and look for where on customers table where you have ID, where the ID is 1. When you have the ID, when you see the ID, go to where you see age. Whatever you see there, set the age to be 31. That is just what that code is doing.
Okay.
Go to the customers table. We want to do an update. Look for where the ID is 1. Go to the age column. Change whatever you have there to 31. That is what that code does.
All right, so.
Thank you. So then, lastly is deleting. Who can explain this one for me? I will call Ferdinand. Ferdinand, are you there? If Ferdinand is not there, Kazim Grace, are you there?
Let me explain it.
Okay, perfect. Who's this?
Augusta.
Okay, Augusta. Thank you so much. You can go ahead.
Delete from customer table where the ID number, the ID is filled. That is equal to 1. So he will go to the ID sheet where it has 1. It is deleted from the customer table.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Augusta. It's as easy as that. Go to the customer table. We want to perform a a function called delete. Look for where the ID is 1. Anywhere you see ID 1, everything concerning that particular record with the ID, please delete it. Delete it. Delete it. So this is all you need to know about basics of queries. Any question? Any question so far? Any question?
I have a
I have.
question. I have a
Please go
Wow,
question.
very
ahead.
Sorry.
interesting.
On the
Please go ahead.
delete, please enlarge your screen.
Okay, my
Like
screen. All right. 1 minute.
deleting that where the ID is 1. So if you go there and delete that customer page, is it that it's going to delete everything about the customer?
It will delete the person's, just not the soul, but it delete the person's body. Everything that is attached to anybody that is ID 1, you get,
To
it will
delete it.
delete everything. It will delete the person's name, delete the person's gender, delete the person's phone number, anything about that person on that customer table, it will delete it.
Okay, so that means delete is something we should really be careful to use.
Perfect. So there are some databases you would access. You will not be having the permission to perform a delete. I will show you that when we talk about role-based access control. There are some database you would only need to select and update. Select and update. That's your work as a maybe as a beginner information systems expert. You get, there are some things you are not able to do. You get, so there are some things that, okay, have you gone to a mall where you bought something and you change your mind around something, but the front desk person has imputed it? You get, if they want to take off that thing that you bought that you want to remove, they need to call the admin to come and log in to remove that. Have you seen that before? Anybody?
I really haven't bought anything that I had to
Oh,
return
okay.
on it.
They do that in ShopRite. If you buy anything in ShopRite and you change your mind and you want to remove it back, they need to call an admin. The front desk need to call an admin that will come and log in, because that admin has a right to delete. But the customer, the front desk doesn't have that right. So deleting is a something that you are you should be careful about. And also a standard business would also keep those checks for who is able to delete a particular record. And there are some systems that before you delete, you need to provide valid reasons why you are deleting.
Question,
And
sir.
there's, please fire.
Sir, like under this delete command, sir,
Yes.
let's say if the command was not what it was meant to be, maybe it was mistakenly deleted. Do we have any other command to bring it back? Like this under Word, like this Control Z under Word that we used to bring it back. Does it
No.
also have any command like that?
Yeah, just go and meet your human resource. Just tell them to suck you.
Okay. So that means one
So
has to be very, very cautious in
you
doing
you
it.
need to be cautious. Though some
Uh,
people, some company do a fail-safe system whereby anything you wipe out, it doesn't wipe out directly.
completely.
It
Okay.
goes and store in a redundant database.
Okay.
It goes and store. So that is for people that know
Like this
what they do.
recycle bin in
Recycle bin, which they are able to call up, and it can be there for a while, maybe 30 days or 1 year. So when they
uh,
see that nobody is using it, then it's able to be wiped off. You get, so
okay.
most times some companies have this fail-safe kind of system. When if you do something wrong, you can now able to recall it back at some point. You get,
All right,
but
sir.
deleting generally deletes every information around that
Okay,
record.
sir. All right, sir.
Amazing.
Sir,
Any other
let me
question?
contribute and let me add
Okay,
to what he was trying to say.
okay,
There are
please,
times,
Faith.
okay, sir. There are times, there are some programs, the way it is being programmed. If you want to delete, after you have pressed your delete, it will ask you, do you want to delete? If you now say yes, so that one will now prompt you. If maybe you were not about deleting, when you now see that message that pop up. Do you want to delete? Do you want to continue to delete this process? If you say yes, you can continue. If you not say no, it will take you back. I think that was what he was trying
Perfect.
to explain.
Perfect. I mean, that's also a valid way to do this. Standard systems would double check and ask you, do you really want to? And they will put it in a red so that even if you can't see, you will see that red to say, do you really want to delete? If you say yes, there are sometimes, for instance, if you are conversant with AWS and you want to take down maybe an S3 bucket or any service, it will ask you, do you really want to delete? If you say yes, it will now ask you to type the name of what you want to delete, or no, type delete by yourself. So now there's a space in the text box. You will now write delete, delete. You type it yourself. So what they are trying to tell you is, okay, they prompted you that if you really want to delete, you said yes. They asked you to type it yourself. You actually type it yourself. So they are telling you, when these things go, it's not their business. You actually triggered it. So most systems will give you that prompting before they perform any deleting process on your database. Are we good? Okay. Yeah. Are we there?
Yes, we are.
Hello?
We are. We are.
Yes, we
Okay.
are with you.
Okay, I wanted to show you guys a particular book. I have some ebooks which we will share. I'll share to you. It contains a whole lot around our subject matter. What's this? I know this time. So it contains a whole lot about the subject matter. So this is more like a book. I'll share this book with you guys. Um, and I will explain what it does when we start talking about SQL after our recess. We'll come back. We're going to jump into this and we start doing practicals. So I would explain SQL as a whole. I will explain different commands. We have a data definition language. You get define database schema in a DBMS. So these are the list of data definition languages: create, drop, alter, truncate. We have data manipulation languages. We have insert, update, delete. I don't know why this is showing here, but let me put this. Yeah. Yes, and we have DCL, grant and revoke. We have TCL, commit and rollback. So these are advanced SQL commands, but one step at a time. We are going to look at it individually. Individually, yes. DDL is definition language. DML is data manipulation language. And DCL is data control language.
Can't hear you again. Oh.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Yes, we
Okay,
can hear you now.
so when we are back, I'm going to share you guys. Can you see my screen? No.
No, we are not seeing the screen yet.
Okay. All right. So when we are back from our recess, we are going to split ourselves into teams. Teams are going to be business units, right? We are going to define everybody, all the teams to be a business unit. We are
Sorry,
going to
sir.
define.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I would like us to round up tier two aspects for now, so we can just fully into the practical when we come back after the break.
Say that again. Say that again. Sorry, I didn't capture your
I
thoughts.
said I would like I just like I would I'm just saying we should be cautious of time so we can just know how to schedule the break and continue with the practical.
Yeah, sure. So yes, we are ending this session now. We are ending this morning session. We are ending now. So when we come back, we are going to be doing our practicals. Is that fine? Is that what you mean?
Hello, you're
Hello,
not
Boma.
audible, sir. I can't hear you.
Okay. Okay. Now can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I said we are going to go on a break now. Then when we come back, we are going to start our practicals. But before we go for our break, when we come back from our break, we are going to be splitting into different.
Your internet is glitching a bit.
Is it fine now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay, let me repeat myself again. We are going to go on a break now. So when we come back, we are going to start our practicals, right? Hands on. And also when we come back, I'm going to split everybody into three teams. Team Alpha, Team Beta, and Team Gamma. You get so, and all these teams are going to be business units. We are going to be talking about businesses and how we can start building up our database as businesses. You get so we are going to be doing that when we come back from break. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Thank you so much, guys. All right, we are going to go on a break. I will hand over to Adidamola. So, guys, meet me at the other side of the call. Take your time, take a walk around, drink water, because we are coming back for a bigger part. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and then see you
Thank you.
later.
All right,
Adidamola,
thank you
over to
very
you.
much. Yeah, thank you very much. What a wonderful one. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with teams. Because me, I would like to be in Team Alpha. So as that, let's go on the break right now and let, just try and stretch out and drink water. Just try to refresh yourself. Be back shortly. Just 30 minutes break. We'll be back shortly to go in the class. Keep your
Sorry, the
system
break is how many minutes?
just 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay.
We're
All
back
right.
by 12 what?
Thank you very
12:30.
much.
I see Kelvin, I see Grace Kazim, I see Michael, I see Steven, I see some AI note takers here. All right, we won't wait for long. We'll dive deep to what we have currently. So far, I've been able to lay the foundations, a solid foundation of database management systems and all the data types and all the things around it. So now we are going to move straight into having to use this software itself. Now you note when I said that the DBMS is the intermediary between you and your database. So, but now we don't have any information on our database. It's a blank database, right? So we want to start to creating tables and schemas and the rest. So I will go through this once again. Then I will share everybody into three. Well, let's do two since we are not plenty now. We're not. We are just 12. We are going to split into two business units. One business unit would come up with a business idea, and then we will create a database for them to input their information. And the other business unit would create another idea, two separate ideas, but we want to marry them in our database and see how we are going to um, to work on them individually. So I'm going to split us into team of two. I don't know how that will be done. I don't know if you can help me, Bolang. Somebody can help to split everybody into a team of two. Okay, let's do it this way. If I call your name, you are in team one, team alpha. Then anybody else will be on team beta. Okay, I'll call 1 2 1 2 1 2 so that you know. If you are number two, you are in team beta. Not hearing anything. You guys can hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you. He needs to check his network.
Oh, okay, thank you. I thought I was talking to myself. So I will call names. I will call your number against your name, and then you can pick your mate at the end of the day. Amaka, you are team one. Thank God you are team two. Bolang, you are in team one. Um, Enoma, you are in team two. Kaka, you are in team two. Michael, you are in team one. Stephen, you are in team one. Teslim, you are in team two. Did you get that? Did you get that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so all the
Yes,
team
sir.
ones, so you gather yourself. You can be on the chat and just write all your names. Write your name against your number so that I will know who and who is in team one. Just write your name by the side, write your number on the chat, please. Let's get that up. Let's get that up. Let's get that up. Let me pull up my screen now so that we can get all ready for it. Okay. Okay. Amaka team one, thank you. Steven team one. So Steven, Amaka, you are on the same team. Thank God there's no team three. Oh. I don't know where you had three. Oh. It's only one and two. Thank God we have only team one and two. Okay, okay, just join. Oh, you don't have a team. Okay, join team. Are you a man or a lady? I don't have a team. That's please, I don't have a team. I can hear now. Okay. Okay, you're a lady. Okay. Join team two. Thank God you are in team one. You are in team two. Michael, you are in team two. Thank God team one. Okay, guys. Okay, all the team ones, please just note yourself because when I call you guys, all of you will unmute, and then you are going to tell me what we are going to be doing. So the idea now is for us to use our database management system effectively and then with efficiency. But I am going to do a sample for you. I am going to do like a rundown for you. Then you guys will now put it together and come up with a business idea. That business should have a database of people, either for transaction or inventory or employee. Then we are now going to create a database and do a relational mapping with all your entities in your database. But before then, I am going to go through this myself. So practicals. Firstly, I want to create a database first. Now, see, mind the steps I want to do. So what you are seeing on your screen now is a Postgres admin. Is a Postgres admin that will be talking to a Postgres database. Now, people that joined the first session of the class, Postgres, is it an example? What an example of DB is it? Is it a structured database? Is it a semi-structured database? Is it an unstructured database? Who knows? Postgres, is it a structured database, an unstructured database, and then or semi-structured? Yes, this software is called Postgres database. It's a PG admin, but I will send you links to download it and use it. Don't worry, you'll get the links shortly after the class. So I'm asking question, is Postgres a structured database, a semi-structured database, or an unstructured database?
It's a structured database.
It's a structured database. Perfect. So that means we are going to be creating tables, and the tables will be having columns and what? Rows, eh?
Yes, sir.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay. All right. I am going to dive into it. So this software, as I said, is a PG admin, is a Postgres database management system. We are going to be creating all the things we've learned earlier. We are going to be regurgitating it now. All right. Firstly, I am going to create this is the scheme of work we are going to do. First of all, we are going to create a database. Number two, we are going to create a schema. Create a schema. Number two, we are going to create tables. Then we are going to insert. We are going to update, right? We are going to delete. And what again? That's order. All right, so this is what we are going to be doing now. Okay, now I want to create a database. I want to create a database. So I will use a command that says create database with the database name. Say I want to name it, what should I name it? What should I name it? I need ideas. Postgres. This is let me spell it. Postgres. Postgres SQL. That's the name, not progress. Postgres. Okay, perfect. Steven said TCB Postgres. Okay, let's just name it TCB. All right, so to run this code, I'm going to highlight it. And if you come up here, you will see this button, execute script. Please confirm you can see me, please. I want everybody to follow me now. So you will see a top button that looks like music buttons, stop, play, and the rest. So execute is either F5 or you hit this button here. So if we hit this button here, let's see whether it will create. Okay, now take note, guys. Look at this underneath this place now. You see this information, right? Create database. Query return successful in 4 seconds. That means we have created what? A database called TCB. This is easy, right, guys? I need a feedback. Is it easy?
Yes, sir, we are following.
It does look easy.
Yes, sir. It looks
It looks easy, right?
Mhm.
But when you want to do it now, so the step I took, I just okay, how did I even get here? Okay, that's another thing. Okay, I will go to it again, but let me just finish up. Please mind all the steps I'm taking. To create a database, you see the keywords I use: create, database, then the name of the database, TCB. Then let's look whether it has been created. If you look at my left-hand corner, list of databases, here is two. We have Postgres and transactions, right? I will refresh this database. I will right click, then it will show me refresh, then refresh and see what it has done. You guys see now, it has shown me what? 3 now, right? Hope I'm not doing magic. So if you look at it, you now see your TCB. Take note, Postgres writes the name of your database in small letter. I wrote in capital letter, but it took it down to small letters. Any which way, it still work. So that means we have gotten a database called TCB. Perfect. Then we want to create schemas. Schemas are important because schemas helps us differentiate one business unit from the other. You get. So we are going to create schema. So to avoid me having to run this code again for the second time, I will highlight it, or I'll come to the end of the code and put double dash. This means I just commented that line of code. That means it will not run again when I'm running my next line of code. Is it clear?
Yes, sir, it is.
Amaka, is only your voice I've been hearing. Others, is it clear? I will start calling names now because this
Clear,
is
sir.
where we will
It is,
start
it
fighting.
is.
It is like, Taka, Temitope, is it clear?
Today is my first class, so it's not.
Today is your first class. Oh, amazing. You're welcome. How do we now do you now? Let's sing welcome song for you, Abby. But don't worry, you'll be fine. Just go back and listen to all the videos we've done before. You'll definitely get value. But for now, right, follow us, stay with
Yeah.
us. I believe definitely we would have a refresher class also, which I will take this since again. But just
Yeah.
follow us instantly. What we are doing is just creating a database where we will have a lot of things inserted. So I have created a database. Then the next thing is to create a schema. Is to create a schema in our database. How do we create a schema in our database? We are going to write a code again. We're going to write um, sorry, I'm trying to bring out this tab. Okay, now we are going to create a schema. I will write create schema, right? So what's the name of the schema I want to create? So TCB is a whole organization. So we want to now create a schema for employees. Uh, uh, um, let's do let's do staff. Okay, let's do business. Let's do like a schema for business. Right? Will this work? Amaka, will this do you think this will work? Create schema business.
It will. It will work.
Are you sure? Because I'm the one writing it.
No, not because you're the one writing it. It looks exactly like what you did the last time when you created database. You said create
Okay.
database TCB, and it created the database. So if you create schema and you put business,
Okay.
it should create.
Okay, perfect. So if you look at it here, there's other things on this document, on this database, but I mean, I would explain all these things or just go and make research. But our focus is schema. If you look now, there's nothing inside the schema yet. Okay, it has only, okay, every database has one default schema called the public schema. You get, it's public. That means everybody can access the schema. Mind you, why we create schemas is at some point it will effect some security measures that is not everybody that have access to this database that can access some particular schemas. So that's where some access level will come. People might see the schema, but they will not have access to it because that is not what their business goal is. For instance, this schema will be for only the business unit, We'll create a schema for the travel unit. We'll create a schema for the whatever unit. But schemas are like a layer of redundancy for a particular people in that unit or in that business to have access to. So take note, we want to create a schema business. Mind you, we just have only one schema called public. So if I run this code now, it will create a schema called, so now it can again create schema, query returned successfully in 485 millisecond. So Amaka, you are correct, that code ran. So if I refresh my schema now, you will see I have two schemas. One is business and the other one is what? Public. Are we there? I need that feedback. Guys, are we here?
Yes, we are.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Somebody.
sir.
Yes, we are.
Another name for schema, is it table?
No, schemas are not tables. We will
Okay.
create tables inside the schema now.
Okay.
But under the schema,
Somebody is
I'm
saying, sorry.
noticing. Sorry, finish. I want to ask the question.
No, ask. I'm trying to read the shots.
Under the schema, I'm seeing business and public. How come you created only business? How come you have public? I'm now confused.
Okay. So I said when you create a database and you create it comes with a default schema. It comes with pre-installed schema. That pre-installed schema is called public.
Okay.
It comes with it comes as a sample. You get. So you can delete it if you want, but most times people just leave it there. But it comes with a default schema called public, but you can create your own schema. Somebody is saying is not too clear. Thank God where is not clear so that we can take it back again, and because everybody needs to get it. That's why we are here. We need to get the values. Thank God. What do you say? I mean, what is not clear? Is it the database creation or the schema creation?
So actually,
Thank God I can't hear you.
okay. So I said it's the database creation, sir. I don't understand that one, sir.
Okay, perfect. I will take that again. Somebody said find it difficult to download the software. Yes, it is quite difficult to download Postgres if you are not on a good internet. You get, but hold on, I will get you the correct link. So maybe at night when everywhere is calm, you can just go and download it and the various steps. Maybe I will send you a video to go and watch so that you can download, but it's really difficult to download. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, Stephen. You said public was there as a default. Thank you. So you understand public comes in as a default. So thank God. Let me go back to you. The business has reached out to us, right? TCB has reached out to us that they need a database of their staff, that we should create database of their staff, and their staff comes in different departments, or that we call schema here. So we created a database called TCB where everything about TCB would live, right? Then inside TCB, we want to make some business units. For instance, if we create a business unit called finance, people in human resource cannot access what is inside finance database or finance table. People in procurement might not be able to access what people in human resource has in their table. So that's the essence of what of schemas. Schemas is more like business unit in our database, and it's only people that are in that business unit that can access those business units. For instance, we created a unit called business. Business is a schema. Then, if you don't want to allow people in finance to access this schema, you will restrict their access to this schema. But we will create another schema now called finance. So we've created one schema called business. If we want to create another schema now, how will we do it? Steven, if we want to create a schema called finance, like a business unit called finance, how do we create it? Steven? Yes.
Thank you, sir. Like you said the other time, I think we need to highlight this create schema
Amazing.
business. Then we take
Why?
it back, we put
Why?
two dash so that it will not rerun the code again.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. So next thing is the what now?
Sorry, I have a question too. Or probably, can I speak?
Please, go ahead.
Yeah, because I was about asking a question about how, because after creating the TBC database, you went straight to schema, create schema. So I think from the explanation you just gave now, so what you're trying to tell us now is that the schema part of the database, like the structure. I don't know if I'm getting that.
Yes, it's more like the structure.
How the database is organized. So if I have to create for like organization now that you're talking about, maybe TBC, for example, we have different departments. So where we have to come under schema to organize them, where someone in business cannot access the finance
Yes,
database.
tables. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So on the chart, Stephen is saying if schemas can be regarded as department, yes, it can be as departments. You get, so that means some departments are not able to look at the data of some departments. So we would be writing some restrictions. You get, and there are some schemas that everybody can now see. For instance, a schema called public, it can be named anything, but it's a schema that everybody has access to. But when it comes to internal business workings of that unit, it's only people in that unit that can have access to it. Are we clear?
Sorry, sir. So from this now, are we going to create a security that actually guide that, or we will not
Yes,
do
we
it?
will get there. We will get there. So there's what we
Okay.
call role-based access management. We are going to create a security that this schema don't allow anybody from this department.
Cool.
We have people that have access and people that doesn't have access. So we create what we call the role-based access controls. Are we good? Okay, so I'm calling somebody now. Michael, are you here? Michael,
Yes,
are you
sir.
here? Okay.
I'm here, sir.
If we are to create a business unit called finance, that's a schema, right? How do we create that schema?
Okay. So like you said, what's it called? We've created the first one. We have to put dash so that when we're trying to run the code again, it does not recreate. So we just come down to the second one, create
Okay.
schema, then we put finance, then we can run the code so it will list under the same schema again.
You are the best. You are the best, Michael. You're nothing but the best. Guys, let's clap for Michael. So it's easy. He said we just create schema, finance, financial.
Then we can run the
Yes.
code.
So, but he highlighted that we need to comment the first line of code so that when we run this one, it will not recreate a business schema again for the second time. So we would highlight this one now, then we are going to run this. It's saying query successfully created. So we'll go to our schema and we'll do what, and we'll refresh, right? So we have three schemas: business, finance, and the default public. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes.
Now, we've created tables, right? We've created tables. Now, let me ask the business unit, the team one. You guys are in charge of business, and team two, you guys are in charge of finance, right? So you've created your schemas. We want to create tables for you guys in your schema. So how do we create tables in your schema? Team one, that team is led by Amaka. Amaka, your team, how are we going to create tables inside your schema now? Your schema is your business. How do we create tables? This is team one. This is team two. So we
Okay.
are doing it so that we all talk. Get.
We'll go and click business, and then we put dash dash so that nothing runs, and then we write create tables under the schema for business. So you click the schema for business. I don't know if you're understanding me.
Yeah, I get. Okay, so not to do that, there's a way we can do it that would refine it. So let me just try this one. We can say create table, right? Now, if we do this, the system might not know where it will go and create the table. So there's what we call referencing. Again, you can reference your schema by saying business. That means we want to create it under business dot. Now, what is the name of your table now? Let's say employers or employees. So what this means is that create table inside the business schema. Let the name be employees. Does it make sense?
It does.
It does.
It
It
does.
does.
I like that. Who else? Who else is confused?
It
Please,
does.
I need those guys who are
It
confused.
does, but sorry, sir, it does. My only question is, I don't know.
No, ask
I'm
it
trying to
anyhow.
see
No,
how to put the word, the dot in between. I'm trying to put my words in a way that to be very clear. So the dot in between, what does it imply? Let me put it that way.
okay. It's what I call referencing. It's like an extension, right?
Okay. Yes,
I
I
want to create.
understand the extension. So what if I have to
Okay.
put, let me say, comma, so the code will not read comma. So that's the
No.
purpose of that dot.
Oh yeah. There's no comma. It doesn't. It won't work with comma. Okay, let's try it. I mean, we are here to learn. Let's no. There's no need. Dot means if you code, if you're a software engineer, you find out that okay, you want to import some kind of software packages. You get it. You're using dot. Dot means there is a schema, and under that schema, create table. And the name of the table is employee. So I am going to reference the schema first, then the name of the table. If I need to access query inside this table, I will still have to reference the schema because it understands, okay, when you write it like this, it understands that, okay, this person wants to, first of all, have access to the schema. This is the schema that it's, because if we run it like this, if we don't put a schema, it will go and put this new table in the public schema because you didn't reference any schema.
Yeah,
Let's try it
automatically.
automatically. So how it has been programmed is this: the user has to provide a schema, but if the user doesn't provide a schema, create the table inside the public.
Okay,
Does that make
sorry, sir.
sense?
I think
Yes.
yes, what you're saying makes sense, but let me rephrase my question. So let me put it this way. What does the dot call in programming language? Maybe that would be clearer for what I'm trying to get.
What?
What does a dot in between called in programming language?
How do
So
I
in case
explain
someone
this
wants
to
to
you?
make a reference, I don't just assume it's a dot. So like,
Okay.
how do I know I need a dot here? How do I know when I need to put comma? You know, like you have string, you have variables, you have and all of
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me answer you technically.
Let me say something, sir. Hello? Hello?
We have
Hello?
We can hear you.
We can hear you,
Okay.
but I think his network is breaking.
Okay, it's breaking. Let me contribute to what he had just said. In programming, there's what we call, every statement has its own format. It has its own syntax of writing it. So if you are creating a table now, just like our facilitator has just said, it requires the name of the schema, referencing the table, which is the name of the table is what again? What's the name of the table there? Create business. Okay, the name of the table was employee. That's create
Employee.
business schema and dot employee. I'm sure in progress, if you want to create a table, that's the format you follow. If you want to look at it maybe in Oracle might accept comma, but in progress is dot. If peradventure you remove that dot now and put comma, it will create a syntax error of which you needed to correct. I don't know whether you get what I'm trying to explain.
Yeah, what you're saying is very clear, madam. Thank you, ma'am. But I'm just trying to get what that dot is called. You know, sometimes in programming, when you're programming like that, some of these words or probably the terms, let me use the word terms, the way they are used makes you to remember a particular thing. Okay, now, yes,
I
command,
think
exactly.
that
So
dot
makes you to remember.
I think that dot is called separator.
It's separator. What
I think just a separator. That dot is just a separator that is making reference to the new something. Yes.
In that database management system now, like Progress, for you to be able to reference your table through schema, you use a dot to separate it.
Dot, exactly. That's what I want to know. Thank you.
Comma, it will give you an error. That's what we call syntax error.
Code.
When you run it.
Thank you.
Okay, all right.
I have a question. Sorry, I have a question.
1 minute. I actually allowed you guys to talk because it's good that you guys are sharing this idea. So because if I explain it, I will be explaining from a higher level, but it's fine. Ask your questions, Amaka.
Okay, before you started creating your employees table, you put business and there was dot, there was dash. Is that the pattern we must follow? I'm seeing business, that dash, business, like you are ending that whole this thing. Are you seeing it? There's business dash. Are you seeing the dash business before create table employee? Are you seeing it?
Okay, so I use that one as a header, more like a title. You get that code, that thing will not run. It's not a command in SQL. It's more like a header. I want to tell you that okay, I am trying to work on the business schema now. That's why it's like a title. The title, the thing I'm working on now.
Okay,
like
so
a comment.
but the dash will not make you run. I can understand now.
Yes. Like a comment
it's a non-executable statement.
As if you are taking notes.
Okay, thank you.
You guys are correct. Perfect.
Hello, thank you, sir. Hello.
I can hear you.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, I also want to ask a question. I want to believe that there's a lot of alternative way of creating that business employee rather than putting it up. Can we as well can we leave the query history section and go to the left page and click on schema and choose business, then without create and run the code?
Okay, so yes, so you can, there's a way to do this. Most times I just teach people how to write codes, but there's another way to do it, a simpler way. You can come here, go to your left, do this left click, and you see, create schema, collocation, create foreign, all these things are what you can do.
Okay.
Please, I don't want simpler one. We want the code.
That's why I don't want somebody has said okay. Amaka has said okay. She wants simpler.
I don't want the simpler one.
No, I don't want the much simpler one. I want to be able to navigate.
I want the complex. Yeah, that's why I'm asking questions so that we can understand.
But I want to understand both ways because when you asked me that question, I told you could just click the business and then click schema. But you said writing a code. So I wanted to be sure if I actually made a mistake. So you saying that now makes me understand that yes, I was all right. I was right.
I dodged it. I dodged it because I don't want to be answering simple. I don't want to be doing simple things. If I leave this one now and ask you guys to go and you guys just go to the left, click and be clicking and be creating. I don't want
but
it.
it's good they are teaching us how to write the code.
Yes, exactly. We don't want to be going to left and be clicking. No.
No,
Yes,
please don't
so
don't
that
go to the left
something
again.
doesn't make us stranded.
Because that's the difference between
Hello,
you
sir.
and
Hello,
the
sir.
roadside.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Thank you for that clarification. It's always good to know the right source than using shortcuts. I believe that code is shortcut, but it's better to have a deeper understanding and deeper knowledge of how to go through the right step. That was why I got
I mean, you are correct. Definitely, I would have gone through that part if the energy is not there again. But I see we are all energized, so that's why I'm bringing up. Okay, let's do it. Let's write the code because the difference between you and the other guy is how much you are able. Because when you go to work, and if you work in spaces like that, you will see it's code that they will give to you to go and read and maybe write also. So that's why I'm trying to build this. So when you now see the click is good, but I mean, let's get our hands dirty. Let's get
Yeah,
our
click
hands
is not
dirty.
good though. Because by the time the codes are coming out, you'll not be able to read and understand what is there.
Understand?
Everything is
Yes,
just
you get. You get amazing. I like how you guys are really open to this. Okay, so there's two ways to do this. We know now we can click and create, but I just wanted us to write our code. So what we did now is I I listed business because we want to start working on the business schema. Yeah, that's why I did dash dash business, like a title, like a commented title. Then I do create table. I referenced the schema here, then I now put in the employee's name. Okay, I reference the schema and now put employee name. But that's not all. I told you to create your table. Table comes with what? Columns and rows, Abi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Columns
yes,
and rows.
sir.
Yes.
Nice. So now let's start to put in the columns. Which columns do you guys think we should put inside the database? I mean, the table employee. Now, this is for the team one, the Amaka's team. So, what do you guys think we will put inside the table employees?
Thank you, sir. I want to suggest you put a procurement one, sales as the next, procurement one, then sales, marketing. That
Take
is
notes.
popular.
Take note, we have employees. So we are going to put things that are pertaining to employees, not procurement. Sales that are not is
All
not
right, all right,
directly
all right.
linked to the employees. We want to capture employees information.
Can I say something?
Please
All right,
go
that
ahead.
is the name,
I think what we should
name.
put. Sorry, somebody
Hold
said.
on. Who stop the first person? Hold on. Let Amaka talk.
Okay, I was thinking whether we'll start with business name.
Take note, we are creating a table for employees. What are the attributes of the employees do we want to get?
Okay, okay, the employees.
Name,
Employees.
So,
sir, name,
okay,
name,
first let's start with
name of the employee.
employees
Employee
ID.
name
Every
and ID.
business, every business has an ID. Right? Everybody that works in a company has an ID, Abi.
Mm-hmm.
So ID is more like your ID card number. Most times it is numbers, Abi. So
Yes.
what is the data type of the employee ID? Amaka's team. Please, not her alone. No. Other guys, other people should talk. Oh. Don't keep it alone for her to answer. So what is the data
Employee
type?
number data type is VACA because employee
Em-
number can be mixed with character and number.
Perfect. That's a use case. Some employees' numbers are mixed with numbers and what character be, and some of them are
Yes,
just numbers. So in this case,
number.
let's
If it's
use
just number,
okay. If it's just number, we use integer, right? Int. But if
yes,
it's
use it.
mix of number and text, right?
You
We
use
are going to
VACA.
use varchar. So we will use varchar. Varchar means variable character of how
Character.
many. Let's give it 10. It will be a maximum of 10 numbers. 10 is too much safe.
Number.
Let's use 10. Some people will put in date and time and everything. You get it's variable character and it is what 10. Now Before I told you about primary key. A primary key is like a reference outside of this table with another table. But let's leave that first. Let's leave primary key. We're going to do that, but let's just create this so that I don't confuse everybody here. So what next should we take about it?
Let me know.
Please mute. If you are not talking, please mute.
Okay, I think the next one should be an employee name. Employee name.
Employee name. So we'll just put name instead of um, let's do employee name. Employee. We can put underscore name, right? What is the data type of this guy now? Or let's put last name. Instead of all this, let's just put last name. Let's put last name. Last name is Varka. Let's not waste time. Is Varka. It should be like 50, right? The size should be like 50, right? Then the next one is what? First name, Abi? Please,
First name.
first name. Are we all still here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is Valka. Let me see whether this Valka is okay, it's Valka. Okay, it's 50. Okay. Then what is it again? Do we need as the employee?
Gender.
I think job title.
Or guys, let's
Or
reframe
gender.
this. Let's reframe this. Let's rephrase this. Let's rephrase. Let's make a table called customers. Let, let's use customers. Let's use customers because I have something I want to do with it so that we can create more tables. Let's do customer, right? There is a customer ID. You get it's customer ID. Then all that remain the same. Are we together?
Okay, sir.
All right. Okay. Then we have customer first name, customer last name. Let's put the customer's phone number, right? Is a varchar because put varchar. It's not an int because phone number is not a numerical value. So let's just put 20 as a size. Then what else? Their email. Are we still together?
Yes, email. You can do country or
Address.
location or address.
Okay, so thank you, team one. So we just do country, varchar. Let's just put 50-50. Then let's just keep it this way. Then okay, then let's put states. Let's put state varchar. I think state is the keyword. If you take note, anything I write that is showing highlighted like this, it's a keyword. Let's just let's leave it out. But anything you write and you see highlighted with such bold stuff is a keyword. All right. Are we good? Are we adding anything? Team one.
I think product. What the
Products. No, let's
purchase.
just keep it. This is just information about our customers. We will have that one in another table. Then we will now link the customer ID with the ID on the other one. We now link them together. That's why I said let's do customers so that we can now see how to relationalize two tables, how to use an ID from this table to access the person's information on another table. We'll not talk about joins and the likes. So that's why I say let's do customer because it will expand our tentacles. All right, are we good?
That should be the case, sir. Yes, sir, right, sir. Think we should limit it.
So let's run this one now. So I will just hit this one and create. Hopefully, Amaka, this is your team. Hopefully your code runs. Please look at it again. Is there something you want us to change, update, or remove?
Hello, Sadia. Hello, Sadia. It's an open bracket underneath incomplete open bracket. Before you run it, open to one person. Under
This
the
one, this one.
country backup, under the country backup, underneath.
Okay, this one, right?
Yes, after country
yes.
vaca 50,
Okay,
there's an
that's
open
it.
bracket.
That's the end of this one. There's
Okay,
an
yes,
opening
yes.
here. There's a closing here.
All right.
So if everything looks the same, please just note create table, the schema name, the table name, then everything inside the table. We will just run it and see whether we are good. Perfect. It ran. Say query run successfully in this. So now we are going to go into our schema. We are going to refresh and see whether the table is there. The table is there. Let's go to tables and this is tables and we see customers. You see customer. Again, we can check the columns and we will see all the columns we created. Yeah, customer ID,
Customer
last
ID,
name.
last name.
Beautiful. You guys just
Yeah,
created your
it's
first table.
It's there.
Okay, team two now. Let's now insert information into this database. Who's the leader of team two? Please just pick a leader that knows. Team two, how do we insert information into these databases, into this table? Are they still here or they've all disappeared?
You use
Team
update.
two.
You use the command update.
Updates. I said we want to insert information into this data, into this table.
Yes.
So the command will be insert.
Okay, we are going to run the command now. We said insert into. I told you, first of all, we are going to reference the schema. Then we are going to reference the table. Right? We want to insert into this table. So now the next thing is to now list out what you have as columns in that table. Let me just bring this down. The next thing is to now insert. Okay, we'll now say we want to insert into this, right? All right. We can list all the various columns, but let's do it two ways. All right. We can insert into this and say, what is the ID? Let's say customer ID, the customer ID, that's the first column, right? Then the last name, the first name, right? The phone number, the email, and the country. Nice. So take note, we want to insert into all these columns, Abi. What are we looking at inserting? Then you now start writing values. You say values. Does this make sense?
So far, yes, it does.
We are lost. There's quiet, there's silence.
No, we're not, sir. We're following.
Yeah? You guys are lost.
Following, sir.
We're following.
Okay, you guys are
No, we
following.
are not.
Okay.
It does make sense. But you are no more where we are.
Okay, yeah, I came to. Okay, perfect. So this can be on a straight line like this, but most times I don't like writing my codes there like that so that we have good indentation. So I bring this one down. So I want to insert into this table that has all this column, and these are the values I want to insert into it. So I'll put values, then I'll put my comma. So what value do I want to put? Customer ID is VACA, so that means it's yes.
the bracket, are you the one putting it or it's automatic once you space?
I add it myself.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah. So I want to put in the customer ID now. It's VACA, right? So that means it must be in a string. Let's say the customer ID will just say TCB 001. Let's just say this is customer ID. And like we are just assuming. So why is it in a double quote? Because it's a varchar, is a variable, is a string, is a text. Hmm? So that's why it's in quotes. Then the next one is the last name,
Sorry,
right?
let me ask a question. Your VACA, you
Yes.
said customer value. You are doing 001, but your VACA was supposed to be 50. Customer, yes, your VACA was supposed to be 50. So why is it
Where?
001?
The 50 is the maximum input, I think.
It's the maximum
Perfect.
input now.
50.
So why is it 00? I thought it's supposed to be 01.
No, I'm just as that this one is nothing. I'm just assuming what the customer ID will be. It can be anything, it can be 01. It can be 444, it can be anything.
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
assuming what the customer ID would be, but it should be less than 10. Take note, this is customer ID. It's
Correct.
VALCA and it has a maximum
Of 10.
character
10.
of 10.
Maximum
So
input of
anything
10.
I'm putting here should be less than 10 characters. Is it clear?
Yes, it is.
So, but me, I just want to put, I'm just saying this is tentatively, it can be anything as I said, but it's just what I want to use as my customer ID.
Will it run?
Hopefully, but yes, it will run. But don't you get it?
I get it, but because your VACA is supposed to be nothing more than 10. That's what I'm asking. I know it's 1, 001, but based on 10, your numbers should not be in three numbers. It should be two numbers.
Oh,
That's
I
why I
think I
was
understand what you say,
asking.
but
That's why I'm asking, will it run? Because in the format which you said 10, we are supposed to have just two numbers. I was expecting 01, not 001.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's
that's
not
what she
what
said. It's
that
the
means.
input figures. Okay, okay.
That's not what 10 means. This
Counting
10
1
means
to
whatever
10.
I'm going to impute here should not be more than, if I have this thing now like this, it will be wrong. Because the number, if you count all these things, 1, 2, 3, it is more than 10. So
Okay.
this one will not work.
Okay.
Anything I'm going to put that will be more than 10 characters will not work. But it can be anything, as I said, it can be TCB 1, 2, 3, 4. It can be anything. What you have here is you determining it, not what your system asks you to put. But your system is telling you anything you are going to put as your ID should be less than 10 characters.
Okay, sir. All right, sir.
Not tenth in
Yes.
hundreds, 100 tenth unit. I think that's what she's talking about.
Yes, that's what
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking about.
Okay, no,
Because
not, not,
format,
no, not that. It's
your
number of
format for,
characters.
yes, that's what I was asking.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've entered the person's ID. Then the next one now is the person's name. All right. Somebody should give me a last name. Say Toby Loba, Toby. All right. That's the person's last name. Then the person's first name is Eno. All right. I will put in, okay. Then the person's phone number is 080947722. So you get, then the person's email is Toby
Sorry,
dot
sir. Before you
Eno.
proceed, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. I observed that the ENO is different from why are there no inverted comma in there? Why
Say
is
that
ENO?
again.
Why is there no inverted comma in the ENO? Look at, for example, the Toby type that was inverted comma on both sides, and likewise the number. But ENO, there was no inverted comma on both sides.
You are very smart. You're a very smart person. I wanted to ask somebody if this thing would run, but you've actually picked it up from my mind. So I intentionally excluded the quote here, the parenthesis here, and also here. I wanted somebody, I was to ask somebody to give me that, but you've said it, so I will just add it. So guys, anything that is VACA should be in parentheses. It should be what in parentheses. Please don't forget. But we didn't add. Okay, let's alter our. Okay. All right. So is it correct now?
Yes, yes,
Yes, it's
this is correct.
correct.
So, but your TBS is now 1,234.
No, it can be
1,234.
anything. Okay, Amaka, what do you want us to put there? Yeah, let's use. Yeah.
No, 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 no. I'm just telling you because you said it should not be more than 10. That's why I'm asking.
Yes. Yes.
I
Now.
think she has
So
not gotten
so.
that number
I haven't
input
gotten this
Okay.
there.
number issue because I was asking why I was
Okay.
asking. First, it's not supposed to be more
Mm.
than 10. Then your based on tens units, I'm seeing like we have up to hundreds, tens unit, hundred, thousands and unit there. Let's use that word so that you understand. And now we have tens and unit. So you say it doesn't matter. But now that you wrote 1, 2, 3, is it that I can keep writing 1, 2, 3 till I get to 10? There's no comma there.
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
understanding me?
So
So to
you
me now it
you can
seems like
keep writing.
1,200 and
Okay.
are you understanding me?
You can still keep writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes.
And
This is
okay,
what this is the valid characters that can be there. It can be anything, but the number counts. The number counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It shouldn't be more than 10. It's not 10 units and no. The character,
Not
the
10,
number
not
of
10,
character should not exceed 10.
your total inputs.
I can write A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, but it shouldn't exceed more than 10
10
characters
characters. Okay,
there.
now I get. Now I get.
So why I mixed it with TBC with number is because I want to show you that it's a variable character. It's a mixture of numbers and also letters.
Okay, okay.
But
I get you now.
anything you are writing, if you count the text there, it shouldn't be more than 10.
I get it now.
Thank you. Any other guy?
Sir, question,
What?
sir.
Yes.
Sir, are the command, are they not case sensitive? Because under this VACA, I can see that you spell some with capital letter and some were spelled with a small letter. I don't know whether they are case sensitive or not.
But I spelt it and it still ran Abi. So that means
Yes,
they are
that's what I want to know.
case insensitive. So
Okay.
whatever, so I just mixed it. I like how you guys are saying this. There are some I wrote in capital letter. There are some I wrote in small letter. Just to
That's
tell
just
you
my
that
observation. Okay.
there's no strict rules towards that, but try to keep consistency. Don't write it like me. If you're going to be writing all capital letter, please keep it all capital letter. If you're going to write all small letter, keep it all small letter. But I just want
All
to
right,
show
sir.
you that anything can be possible. If it was
Okay.
case sensitive, if you run that code, it will pull us back and say, oh, there's an error here. So guys, are
Okay,
we
sir.
saying we are good? We are good with this code. We can run it now, right?
Good with it.
All right. So guys, I'm
Ebuka.
running. Ebuka Bao. All right, so I'm running this code now. So hopefully it runs. Perfect. He said query returned successfully in 149 millisecond. This is good. This is good. This is good, guys. So let's see now. Let's see something. We've inserted a a record into our table. Let's check whether the record actually exists. So how do we check whether a record exists? First of all, I will highlight this one so it doesn't run with my next code. Then I will just do select all, okay, from what now? From business dot customers. All means give me all the information that is inside that table, and then from where? From this table. Let's run this and see whether it will run. Okay, so there is something, it is projecting an error. So that means we shouldn't do with this. Let's do from customers. Hopefully this would oh, sorry, there's a mistake. It's meant to be customer, not customers. You see, I wrote
Customer, not
business.
customers.
Yes, it's meant to be customer, not customers. So if we run this code now, you see, it gave us customer ID, customer name, first name, last name, customer phone number, the customer email, and customer country in a table format. Is it clear?
Very clear, sir.
Guys, is it
It
clear?
is. It's clear. It's
Yes,
clear.
sir.
Very
We
clear.
understand.
Okay. We will do one more example, and that example, we are going to insert multiple records into the database. We won't just insert only one, we would insert multiple records. So everybody on this call will give me one record to insert. I would edit this guy again so that I don't write it twice. I would edit this guy again. Then I will change this one to say 3. I will change this one to Ubi. I will change this one to Enose. I will change this one to this. I will change this one to Ubi Enose. Then I'll change this one to be Nigeria. Okay, everybody, please give me one record to insert. So when I put this to insert too many records, once you finish the last one, you put a comma, right? To start imputing the rest. All right, who will give me the next ID? Amaka, let's start with you. Customer ID. Hello.
So I can hear you very well.
Okay, let me help. So what can we insert now?
Customer ID. Vaca.
Okay, yes. So what should we insert? TBC
TBC.
04
It should not be more
004.
than 10. So we can do maybe 05 or 04.
Okay, let's do 4.
Okay.
Let it go sequentially.
Okay, let
Then
me use
what's the
my
name
name.
of your customer? Okay,
Amaka.
Amaka. Okay. What's your last name?
Yes, Sarah. Iyas. Iyasra. Okay.
Okay.
Zero
Your
zero
phone number.
6.
Don't share your main phone number. Just put anything 0804
Okay, beautiful.
Okay. Just
Okay.
any email.
Yes, Amaka at yahoo.com.
Amaka at yahoo.com. Then you are based. Are you based in the US or you are based in Canada?
Let's do Canada.
Or
Canada.
China.
Okay, that person now that just spoke. Oh yeah, your turn. Oh yeah, you push China for you. Yeah, give us a
005.
customer
TBC 005.
BBC 005. Then
Michael.
Michael.
Oh, last name should be Adebayo. That's the first one.
Don't
Oh,
worry,
it doesn't
anyone,
matter.
any which way. Yeah.
Adebayo.
Adebayo. Okay, let's put any number
090
0804443.
123 4. Okay.
Okay.
Michael@yahoo.com.
Michael at Yahoo.
There's a space
So,
before the at.
okay, yes, I'll fix that now. Okay. Okay. Where are you showing about?
China, yes.
So the next person, please take note of the comma at the end. The next person.
TCB 006.
Okay. Hold on. TCB
TCB
006.
006.
Okay. Last name. Last name, yeah.
Augusta Okungbawa.
Oh God, so I'm modeling on
AUGUSCA.
Okay.
AUGUSCA.
Okay. Then
Okungbawa.
Okun,
OKUNGBOWA.
sorry.
OKUNGBOWA.
Okay. Then
08005931063.
okay. Your email.
Augusta Fori.
Augusta for real. 4.
Don't worry, let's keep it this way.
Okay.
Then where are you? Are you in Zimbabwe or
I'm in Edo State.
you choose somewhere? Let me give you Japan.
Niger.
Well, who else? Okay, I mean, let's just keep it like this. Let's keep it like that. So you can keep adding and adding and adding and adding as much as you can. You can add and add and add. So we've gotten like 5 persons now, total of 5, plus the one we've inserted before. And so I think we go. So the next thing now is to run this guy. Hopefully it runs, but I hope it gives us an error so we are able to troubleshoot what the error would be like. But look at it. It said query run successfully in 257 seconds. I will highlight this guy. Then I will highlight the guy. Then go and free this guy now and see what it gives us. So boom, you guys can see this guy. So this is what it is now in our database. Now, mind you, in your work, in your office, you might not be doing this insert. Yeah, anyway, there are people that are called data entry experts. You will be doing all this to insert into database. But normally, how people get data, as we said earlier, is through forms, through websites, where you fill forms on website and all those. That's where we gather these data. But now, I was telling you on the call the first time, let's do a little bit of filter. Filter means I want only the people from US. I just only want the people from US,
Please, sir,
right?
I have question before we go far.
Please go
Okay,
on.
can I ask my question? Okay, yeah, number one, if you look at the data input we have there, you initially deleted the the first one you wrote. That's when you changed to 03. I think you started
Now
with
take the question again. Sorry.
when
No,
you
he did not
started.
delete.
I thought you changed the values.
Yes, yes,
And it's
I
still there.
changed it.
When you ran it the first time, you change the value, then the same code you run before you now added the rest. So
Yes,
it
I did.
start new entry. And it's still there. That's what I'm like. I thought as soon as you deleted it, we won't say it again.
Oh no, I did. So that means that one has already entered the database. It's inside the database. So I can now edit it. Anything I run is what goes into the database. So anything I change on this interface now doesn't affect the data inside the database.
Can
So,
I
but in
can
the
I
case where I have
ask?
to not retrace or go back to it, will it come back automatically when I rerun it? Will it come back by itself? I don't know
You
whether
Only
know,
what I'm
that
he
saying
did
one.
is
not he did not give the instruction for delete. As long as he does not put delete, there is
Yeah,
nothing that will
yes.
delete from this database.
I've not done, I've not written any code that said delete. I just
okay.
kept editing my code to put information into the database. As long as that information has entered the database, I can edit it and manipulate it again. If I run it again, it will enter. So it enters and
Okay,
sits
yeah.
inside the database.
Oh, good. So in a nutshell, instead of having
Hmm.
this list that we add now, I can keep changes with a single line. Just be running it a single line, just run and it will still be editing.
Yeah, yes, but
That's what I want to
it
understand.
takes longer time to keep running one line one. So
Exactly.
sometimes
Yes. Okay.
you
Okay.
just list them there and run everything once. So yeah, you
Okay.
can still changing one line and keep inserting if you like
Okay.
inserting, yeah, over
Okay.
and
Then
over.
my second question is this input now, a case where I have it on Excel, is it possible to input or to import Excel file into this? Or I have to
Yes,
still do it manually this way.
there's a way you can import Excel file. There's this interface has an import. There is an
Okay.
import. Hopefully there's an import. Okay, now import data, import like
Yes.
export
Okay.
data.
Okay. Oh, good.
So you
Okay.
can import bulk data from Excel, from CSV into your database.
Okay. Good.
This
Thank
guy,
you.
you are really looking at how to do things faster. Yes, I like that. I like that idea. Okay, now let's do a bit of filtering. Filtering means I don't want all the information. I just want some specific information. All right. Say for instance, I want to search people's information, the people that are in the US, or just the information of people that are in Canada. You get. So I will ask Michael now. Michael, the business has come to you that they want to know the name, the first name, the last name, and um, the customer ID of the customers in the US. How will you think about that process?
Okay.
They want the customer ID, the first and the last name for the customer in the US. How will you think about that?
Only US.
Only US for now.
How do I run my code? Select
Select
from.
colon.
Hmm. Can I continue?
If you don't do it, please call a friend to help you.
So, please, someone should help me. Business. We are
Select
business before we
business.
have it.
Take note here. Now this is what you are going to be paying attention at work. It's called a business case. I have come to you, Michael. You and your team give me the person, the customer. Give me the customer ID, the customer name, the first name and last name of the customer in the US.
So I'm trying to see how to get to that US, but I can't remember. I don't know.
Okay, let me just give you. So the business asks for the customer ID, last name, and the first name AB. So you said select customer ID. Okay, first name, last name first, last name, and first name. So you need to know what business needs per time. Yes, so the customer, they said select customer ID, select the customer name, the first and the last name. You get from where? From customer table, right? From customers, from customer, right? Now they said they just need only the people from the US, Abi. So that's where we now include filtering called where country is equals to
Yes.
USA, as easy as this. So see how we converted a business requirement to code. Now, this is where things become interesting because that is when you go for meetings and your CEO or your head of marketing will come and tell you, okay, we need these people's information. How many people bought airtime? Maybe you work for MTN. How many people bought airtime in Lagos in the last 1 month? You now start thinking problem solving. You now start mapping business requirements and code, SQL code to retrieve the data that they need from the database. So this is what they need. Select customer ID, customer last name, customer first name from customer where country is what? The US. This where now is called a filter. We are going to filter the table for the people that live in the US. If you run this code, hopefully no other code is highlighted. If you run this code, it might work, it might not work. If it doesn't work, then somebody needs to answer. Now, something is wrong here. Michael, what do you think is wrong?
I think from the customer.
What?
I'm checking.
Okay, let's not waste time. Let's just put, we didn't reference the schema. Let's just put the business, then dots. Hopefully this works. Hopefully this works. It worked. Are we together, guys?
Yeah, we do business does customer, yes. That's what
Yeah, so we didn't reference the schema, so that's why it didn't work. So this Toby Eno with this ID is the only customer we have in the US. So we just filtered now. Okay, so Stephen, if you are here, if I want to get the customer with ID 006, how do I do that? Stephen, are you here?
Yes, I will see, sir. I will see.
Okay, so if I want to get the customer with ID 006, how do I do this?
We type select
Right what?
customer, select,
Select
then business customer,
business.
business dot, yes, dot customer.
Yo, guys, is it correct? Somebody
It should be
help
customer
Stephen.
No,
ID, I
no,
think.
it's not
Okay, customer
customer. It's
ID,
not
sorry.
business. It's customer ID.
Customer ID, customer ID,
Yes.
Customer
customer
ID.
ID.
Okay. Let's not write too much. Let's just get all the customers' information. Let's just put X. X means I said X means what? We're going to get all the customer information, Abi.
Yes.
Select all. This X means all. Okay. Then let's go, Stephen.
The customer ID, customer ID.
No, Stephen, don't worry. We just want to select all. So that's why we use X there. Select
That's I will not
asterisk.
TCB 006.
it should be with. Is it not with?
Take it easy. Stephen, take it easy. Let's get it. We have done select all. From where? Where are we selecting it from?
Okay, where? Not with where. From, sorry, from
Okay.
TCB
No,
006.
from the
From
schema. What's the
business
name of the
does
schema?
customer. From
Business
Business dot
customer.
dot
customer.
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 Okay. Where what now? Nobody should talk. Is for him now. I said we want to select the customer with the ID 006. Okay, now where what now?
I think somebody should help me out. I'm confused.
Where
That's
equals
what
to
ID.
where
equals to
Equals to, who is this person? What's the name?
006.
006.
TBC 006. TBC 006.
Okay. So, Teslim, with this code run?
It will not run because we've
It
not
will,
put the.
it won't.
All right. So, what's the error here?
I think
The
we didn't
column.
put customer ID also.
Column.
Perfect. So, where customer
Yes,
ID
ID, yes,
is
exactly.
006, Abi. Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you for this one. Will this still run? Who is there? Enoma, will this run?
The TBC need column. We did not put column by the TBC.
Thank you. We have to put column because parentheses basically. Nice. You see how we are putting heads together. All you need to know is just to know the structure. There's nothing new. No, after select is this, after this is from, after from is where, after where is you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. So now I will ask the last person if this would run. Michael, will this code run and why won't it run?
I feel it to run, but I don't know why it will not run.
Say that again. You're a politician. Say that again.
I feel it to run, but I don't know why it will not run.
So you are telling us that you know it will not run, but you don't know why it will run. All right, let's try. Let's try. Let's just highlight it and run.
We can try it if you show us error, we'll come back to it.
So it worked. So this is the guy with an ID, and these are all the person's information. You get, so if we say select all, it will bring all the information. Then from where, from the schema and the table, where the customer ID is equal to what TCB 006. I mean, guys, does this make sense at all? Does this make a whole lot of sense?
It is
A lot of
actually.
sense. Sorry, one
It
more thing.
makes a lot of sense.
It really make a lot of sense.
One more thing.
Okay, somebody has a
How
question.
do you put the double dash at once when you select multiple?
Okay,
Wanted to ask
if
that
you are
question.
on Windows, if you are on Mac, right, you tap your command key and backslash. Hold command and backslash. If you are on Windows, you hold control and backslash near
Okay,
shift.
control and backlash. Okay.
Yes, so just highlight and hold control and backslash. Near
Okay.
that one near shift.
Okay. Thank you. I will try it.
I like that. I like that. So that there is no need to go and put in that. You just highlight everything, select, and then do that shortcut. Okay. So I will give you guys an assignment. I've done it now. You've seen it. I will give you guys assignment. What? My laptop is not charging.
Sir, please don't forget the link to that for download of that progress.
Okay, yeah, sure. I will do that.
One more question, sir. Can I ask?
Say that again.
I said one more question. Can I ask?
Please, feel free. I mean, that's why I'm here.
My question is, every company, is it this particular software they use, or we have multiple database software? And does this line of code also work for all the softwares aside this particular progress, or what's it called? I don't know if
Okay, amazing question. So if you look when I was telling you about types of databases, there's an SQL database. You get, there is a vector database. There is all, so depending on what your company is using will determine the software you're going to be using. But if your company is using any of these databases, um, you can see my screen, Abi.
yes, we can.
Okay, let me just show you. If your business or company is still making use of any of these software, then SQL works there. So SQL has been one of the old languages. It's a language. So if you guys are making use of SQL Server, which is what most companies are still using till tomorrow, if you are making use of MySQL, if you're making use of SQLite, if you're making use of MariaDB, if you're making use of Postgres, all this language, all this code that we've written works on all of them.
Okay.
As long as it's a relational database, SQL is the language, SQL speaks the language of those databases, but with few different dialects. It's like you are Yoruba, and most times the Yoruba that people in Lagos speak is different from the ones people in Ondo speak. They're all Yoruba, but with different dialects. But that's in how this works. SQL works with them, but with few changes. Some will not need comma, some will need comma, some will not need. But once you start using it, they are the same technology, the same language, but few changes here and there. But if you know, I mean, I always tell my guys, if you're a data engineer, you need SQL. If you're a data analyst, you need SQL. If you're an analytical engineer, you need SQL. If you are a if you are an ML engineer, you need SQL. Anything that will determine you to talk to a database, SQL is the standard language for that. So that means what we are doing now, what Transformation College is doing for you now, is preparing you for a lot of skill, because you can learn SQL now and know a little bit of Excel, then a little bit of Python. You can figure your CV and go and look for a job around analytics. I would bet you will get a job. And what I just did now is to lay that foundation. SQL, you see this code I'm writing, select. This is what we do every other day in at work. We do it every other day at work. Like there's my friend at MTN. That lady writes SQL like even in a dream, she's writing SQL because they will come and say, oh, they need this information. The new MD just came. He needs to know what is the traction like, how much we've made for the last 6 months, and blah, blah, blah. Just tell her that she will come to our SQL and write the code and pull up those data, export it to the guys doing the analysis, and boom, so if you learn anything in in this 1 year, please put your heart into SQL, because SQL has been since in the beginning and is still being used to tomorrow. I bet you will end up as a data person, a very good engineer, a very good analytics person, and you are going to build those foundation. And before long, I bet you start working in that space. If you have your own business, fine. If you want to work for other companies, I think it's fine. So any other question before we move on? I don't know when the session is meant to end, but I think we're having fun. Any other person, any other question?
Sorry, one more thing. WordPress also use SQL, right? I just want to confirm. Because until today that we're
What
working with this database, most times
WordPress is a
website, website software to build a website. Like I work with WordPress anyway. Like I built some website on that. But most cases, I always have issue with my database. Sometimes you get lost until I come across. That's what I'm asking. But I will confirm that again today. I don't know which database they use. I think it's SQL too.
okay. So definitely it has a rating. It goes to somewhere to store. That's where it brings out your data from. You get, so there's a DB behind my WordPress. So look at it. It's either a an in-memory DB. You get something easy. And also, if you look at what's happening behind the scene, there's some SQL that is going around behind, which you may not be writing, but the system will know how to call up those functions when you need it to work. So definitely check, make that research. Let me know. There's a database behind your WordPress software.
Thank you.
All right. So still moving on, guys. I will give assignments to the various teams. I will give individual assignments, then I will give team-wide assignments. So the first assignment is I will provide you videos and links to go and download this material, this software. Then I would also share you my material. Now, this is my gift to everyone. Please use it very well. I'll share you this material. Hold on, it's coming up. So this is a library of functions in SQL. Please confirm you can see my screen.
See it.
You can see
Okay.
it.
Yes, yes, yes.
So this is like 101 pages of SQL you get, and also the next one is about 20 pages of SQL. So I will give you guys download what Postgres and read this book. Take it one step at a time. This book can, even when you start working in 5 years, this book can still help you with your code. You get, I've been able to lay down the foundation. I will share these materials with you guys. You see there is delete. Okay, let's just try it. Let's try the delete function now. Okay, let's try it. I didn't try it in delete. Okay, we want to delete a record from our database, right? We want to delete a record from our database. How do we delete it, guys? So let me write it on top here so that you don't. So we'll just do delete. Um, we want to do delete. What do we want to delete now? We don't know, but delete from, where do you want to delete from? Business dot customer, right? Okay. Where customer ID is equals to 006, 006, I'm sorry, TCB 006. Will this work? Let's try it. I will highlight it. I can highlight, I can not highlight, and I will run it. So it said query run successfully. Let's go and select all and see whether we have 006 there. Let me highlight this one. Let's see whether we have 006. One minute. I've done the, I'm going to delete everything. Delete one. Guys, I've made a mistake. Like somebody said, I've gone to delete all the information in our database. Okay, so there's no information again in our database. Okay, let
Sorry,
me.
sir. Before you proceed, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Before you proceed, sir, let's assume it happens that one, like we did now, one mistakenly delete all the information. Is there no way or alternative to retrieve it?
So there's what we call rollback. There is what we call
That
a
was my
rollback.
initial.
Yes, so there's what we call a rollback. You can roll, that is if there is a, I said, if there is a database, there is a fail easy system, or if there is a backup somewhere, you can roll back. Hmm? If not, the data would be missing. You wouldn't see that. But let me check. So, firstly, you need to understand that most companies um, would have data backups, and most times your company will not allow you to have a direct access to their database so that you don't go and mess things up. Okay, so what they give you, they will just give you a read only privilege where you can only go and get data from there. You cannot delete data. So even if it happens, there's a backup there's a snapshot, and let me use the right word, there's a snapshot of a database per time. So if anything happens to this database, they'll go and recall the last snapshot that they took of that database. So most times, as an upcoming expert, you will not have that ability to delete information from your database. And most times, you will not have a direct access to your database. It will just give you more like a backup of it. So anything you want to do there, go and do it. If you want to delete everything, you can delete, but not on the main transactional database. Is that fine?
Then, sorry, in a case where you deleted by mistake like you've done now, so all you needed to do is to just go back to that same code and rerun it, isn't it?
Yeah, I just went back here and ran this code again.
And you
You
run
just
it
insert
again.
it. Yes,
Okay.
that's because we are having sessions here. I just went and ran it, and it comes back. You get.
The note is not gone yet. It's just from the database that it was deleted from.
Yes. So in our next session, in our next class, I don't know how long is this session meant to go on, Mr. Dominola.
We're supposed to be rounding up now because we usually end by 2 o'clock.
We have overshot. Okay, guys. So let me just give you a rundown of when our next sessions. All right. We will create another table. This is one table called customers. We'll create another table called transactions, right? Because each customer will be coming to do transactions in our business, right? And we want to record their transaction. And we want to find a way to link the customer table with the transaction table. You get? So there should be a way whereby these two tables will speak. So that's what we call the primary key and the foreign key, keys that which we can use to access something that is in our customer table and also something in our transactional table. It can be the customer ID or the transactional ID, so that if we query from the customer table into the transactional table, it will give us that transactions a particular customer has done over time. That's where we now start talking about relational database, where a database is related to each other, and it will look like this at the end of the day. Let me just show you this slide. Let me just show you this slide quickly. I think I still have it here. It will look like this. So when you start, it will be as easy as this. 1 minute. Okay. It will be as easy as this. We have users, orders, and the product. They are linked together. That's a relational thing. You get, you see this part also, the product, transaction, the customer. So we are going to make all these tables ourselves. We are going to now do the relationship. You see how easy it looks, but it becomes messy when you start looking at it like this. This is how some databases are currently. A lot of relationship, a lot of table with a lot of relationships. You get, so it will become this messy when you start putting a whole lot. But first, it starts with as simple as this. So our teams now, please take note. This is what we are going to be doing as projects when we meet next time. We have done the customer table, we are going to do the transactional table, the product table, and the cashier. And we see how we can be in customer table and query all these tables one after the other to get that information written them. But we need to link them together, and we now bring it into business and how businesses do it today. With this few point of mine, I hope I'm able to bring value to you. And then we are going to be meeting next, maybe next time. I don't know how next week will be, but yeah, next time. But if you have question, please feel free, reach out to me and or reach out to anybody. I'll send emails. I'll pick it up and then help you trash them out. Thank you, guys. Any question before we call it a day?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Please, before you go, what about the promise download link and the notes? How do we
Yeah,
get
sure.
that? Will
That will be sent
will
to
it
your
be on this
WhatsApp
call
group.
or?
No,
All right.
that will be sent on your WhatsApp group or your email and your email, both of them or either of them. It will share it there and
All
then
right,
you will
thank
have to please fill up the attendance form. And those that are yet to pay, please try pay up. And I'm just doing marketing for Transformation College. It's fine.
Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a wonderful day then.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Johan. Thank you
Thank you
for the
so much,
session
sir.
today.
So insightful.
Really appreciate that in-depth training. Wow,
Thank you, sir.
amazing, amazing. Kindly celebrate amazing teacher for today's session. Let me see your emoji. Let me see. Okay, Mr. Steven. Now, I would like to take time to make an announcement regarding the classes. Most of us were sent an email regarding the WhatsApp group for the paid members. So if you have not checked your email or you have not joined the WhatsApp group for the paid members, you have to check your email and you will see the link that would redirect you to join the WhatsApp group immediately. So you can easily have access to classes and the materials and access to every other thing you will need to make sure you're on track. And thank you very much for today's session. I hope to see you again next week, Saturday. Thank you very much and bye for now. See you again later.